Homestuck and Flash go hand in hand. Both were responsible for many memories of the early 2010s internet for so many people. I mean, Homestuck was partially made with Flash and originally was going to be completely made in Flash, before it was changed to something more reasonable. You know, Photoshop. Another similarity is that both of them are dead. Flash died in 2020, which rendered the Homestuck website half broken. All the games were made into pictures, and all the animations were low quality, 720 or even 360p videos. And while making this video, the whole website died, so it's, like, unreadable. However, both were saved. Homestuck by the unofficial collection, which has so much that I could make an entire video on it, and of course, the subject of today's video, Blue Maxia's Flashpoint, which is a giant Flash preservation project featuring tens of thousands of games and animations. Both are incredible feats of archival prowess, and I love them. So, what happens when you cross over Homestuck and Flashpoint? There's over 399 unofficial Homestuck games archived. Not including the official stuff, that's a few. And in my restless dreams, I see that hyperfixation. Homestuck. So, in this test of will and perseverance I'm only calling a YouTube video to look sane, I will be reviewing all 399 Homestuck games. So let's go over the rules first. First rule, no skipping games. Unless it's a repeat, then I cannot skip. This includes not safe for work games, so be prepared, I'm gonna talk about that stuff. I will be playing this audio clip to warn you about not safe for work games.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
Got it. Rule 2. No grouping games together. Everything will be handled individually, so no just saying, oh, all the dress-up games are kinda bad. The end. Rule 3. We're not doing anything official. I'll make a video on Homestuck some other day. This only takes the number down from 451 to 399, so don't worry, there's still plenty to do. While it may be controversial to no one, I am including HTML and games not made on Flash, primarily because they're on the list, but also because that just means I get to do more things. Yay! Rule 5. While not technically a rule, more of a clarification, this might not be everything, just the stuff we have. Rule 6. I will not be playing any of the games off of Homestuck.net. That'll be a separate video because it's going to add a lot. Additional clarification. Flashpoint also archives random interactive pages from MSPFAs, so I'll also be reviewing those. Well, that's everything I can think of for an intro, so let's start and stop trying to put this off. Oh god, this is a lot. The first on our list, and it's a classic dress-up game, although for some reason you can only put Nepeta in clothes and not like a blank troll, despite there being a lot of clothes from other characters. There is going to be a lot of dress-up games in the future, so automatically these all get a 5 out of 10 unless they do something interesting, which this doesn't. Although, here is my OC, Kit Kat III. Also, they have a DeviantArt account, and it's just beautiful. Nothing but top 2013 era fandom. Oh, it's beautiful. You look at things and walk around John's house as music lightly plays and rain pours outside. The music chosen is pretty good. 3 in the morning, specifically RJ's rendition, is really good. The rain also helps with the atmosphere a lot. The dialogue between Dave and John is really well done. The only problem I could find in this is a typo, but don't worry, it's very good.
Still a pretty decent act.
Shut up! Just shut up! I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Sam, when you get upset, you just crawl up in your blanket and get all quiet and shit. That ain't natural, you know?
What is natural? Is this natural to you? Is me screaming in your idiot bullshit clown face natural enough for you? Shit, call it National Geographic, cause this is motherfucking nature in action, and I...
Well, except for another fucking time.
I very unfortunately wasn't recording my voice at the time, but I was howling with laughter from the voice acting in this. The writing's fine, I guess. It's all yaoi bullshit, which I do like, but I do feel like something's missing since it's only one part of a story. But I do like where it's going, but I just need to play some of the voice acting because holy shit.
It's common knowledge that art is dead. Nobody appreciates it anymore. I spent $1,000 bloody on this camera, and I still can't get any work.
You go down to the 50 million stairs to her nest below. You wonder if any other kid on the planet has such a high maintenance losses. You doubt it.
I would hazard a guess into your motivations, but I'm rather afraid of what I might find in the rotten expanses of your mind.
Intermission. This is a Homestuck comic pertaining to both Gamtav and Gamcar. It's also continuing the yaoi bullshit. It's fine, I guess. Not insultingly bad or anything, but it's just so trite. Guy gets a scar, gets ostracized, but it's immediately dropped with the makeup. Gamzee fucks Tavros and Karkat is mad. Vriska's jealous of Tavros, wanting to be with him, not wanting to get fucked by Gamzee. And Aridin is obsessed with Theferi. It's all just been seen before. It's not bad, but it's also just not really great. It's ultimately fine, but it did give us this. And this.
To the A or K to A to T, and the majority of pairings had better include me. I'm Carcolicious. So
That's honestly all I can say. Also, it's really funny he gains melanin whenever he puts the makeup on. He's only black when he's a juggalo. Our first deactivated DeviantArt account. Very obviously made quickly, pretty buggy, literally less than a minute. But the art's cute, that is all. If you couldn't tell from this single shot, the dev made an incomplete Gamcar game. The fact that most of the art is stickman does honestly bring it up to a 10 out of 10. Also, the art is pretty cute when it is there. Really don't have much to say about it, except for all the times it shits on Aridin. Like, dude, Equus isn't a cast play. That's super problematic. Fuck you. Next game. I had to come back to this game because MSPFA was down. I needed a tiny strife break. Roxy and Kanaya have a pretty good conversation. Not much, but it's good and feels in character. Jake and Dirk is pretty good. Both feel mostly in character, but this doesn't feel like a right now conversation in all honesty. Jane and Calliope talk. They sure do. Sorry, I don't really care for either of them at this point in the story to care enough about what they're talking about, but it's fine. Dave and Karkat is pretty good, mainly because writing emotional Dave isn't that hard, because his emotions get spelled out. Thanks, Hussy. You guys ready for a presumptuous, long-winded bullshit rant that's probably too mean to a fan comic I haven't read? Well, my main problem with this, and from what I saw in the future, which is limited, so I may be wrong, is that I just don't like this kind of Homestuck sequel. Mainly ones which are sequels, and that's it. I personally like ones that use the fact they are sequels to do something unique and interesting. Examples being John Ruins a Wedding, the Jade Incel comic, Bearded Karkat, aka Go Make More of This Leon, you motherfucker, and of course, the epilogues. These aren't just Homestuck sequels, they use the platform of being a sequel to do something wholly unique, unlike this and many others, such as Taking Back Canon, which seem to just be, what if Homestuck had a sequel? Which is boring, and which this seems to be, but like I said, I haven't read it, so I don't know. Same problem with Homestuck 2 and Beyond Canon, but that's a discussion for another day. This is fine, it's mostly just not what I want, in specific, like coming from Homestuck. Although this is mostly me just bitching. Sovovido is a Russian MSPFA that I cannot read. I guess I like the troll. It's a very nice ambient track, very obviously a first-time or low-skill thing, which is fine since that's what I am. Maybe if I spoke Russian and read all of this, it would be hype, but, you know, it's not. I was originally going to read this whole comic since it wasn't very long, but then I remembered, I don't care. It looks fine, very amateurish, but that's always a nice charm to have. Writing this, I forgot that this was a thing in a Homestuck, so... But it's a still screen you can't interact with, aside from hovering. Yeah, I don't know. Dangenstuck is already a name threatening enough, but yeah, you can't really interact with the game at all. A lore book for a 2013 MSPFA. It's a fine book, interesting lore for whatever this is, although they misspelled pacifistic. Come on, bro, humans aren't the ocean. We don't know much about it. But the Ouroboros is a very cool first guardian. It's page 63 of Home. It has a fucked up John and a fucked up Tavros. Plays like Dangenstuck. This one doesn't even have fucked up John. Sad. Maybe Cole will make something that impresses me. Probably not. Well, after a bit of research, they made Carcat Goes to a Convention, so yes, they did impress me. Oops. You know what? I'm gonna say it. Jade, what the fuck? This is just the Spurb screens we've already seen. I think this one's directly just taken from Homestuck. Girl, you are the god of space. No, you're the witch of space. You're better than this. I believe in you. Do better. I haven't read Tambourine Man, so I have no context for what's happening, but since John can't go through the door, I assume he got left behind in the game for some reason. I like the wind, very atmospheric, but this is nothing. Next. It's just a page that seems interactable, but then it isn't. Everyone's just thinking about Kanaya. Very little going on except the pretty picture of it, spinning around. Honestly, this does seem really interesting. I really gotta get around to reading this. Wee, wee, whoa, wee. It's a map to read Spurb Omega. I'm not reading Spurb Omega. Sorry, Omega heads. A little cutscene introducing Spurb Omega. I like the art and the composition and all the stuff to do with animation. Just not a lot to say about it, because, it's just an introduction cutscene. I'm not reading it, but honestly, John's kind of really fucking funny. I fucking hate Spurb menus, and you, Tsuyo. Go back to Spurb school, you fucking dork. It's generally pretty good writing. The writing and art of the main character is pretty fun, actually. I haven't read Act 8, so I don't really have context for what's going on. Sorry, 8 heads. Oh, I'm not doing this joke, I'm sorry. Our first Strife page of the video, simple, to the point. Except Skedaddle. Skedaddle's really fucking funny, dude. I can't read Russian, so a lot is lost on me, but I like the art. It's very cute. Plants are very well drawn, and the music is fucking banging, dude. Synthetic Device is great, so honestly, this game gets a glowing recommendation from me if you like the music or if you can read Russian. Maybe the writing's good. I don't know. While the use of stock Homestuck assets clash with the non-stock assets, I'll still respect it for some genuinely nice-looking animation. The Allure especially looking good. Always love seeing art and animation that strays away from the standard sprite style. You click on the left ear for some nice music, and the right ear for the picture. Even though I don't know the context of this, it's still very melancholic, almost as if you haven't seen this friend in a while, and may never see them again. Or some other bullshit, I don't know, I don't speak Russian. I thought I escaped it, but no, more of this menu bullshit. Our first, and probably not last Vast Error game. Honestly, I think I get why people like Vast Error. First off, just the amount of text and custom assets alone for this is very impressive. This is my first over 20-minute game from just how much there is to read, and honestly, it's not that bad. A lot of fun character stuff even if I don't understand half of the text conversations or any of the context for this world, since I don't think it's just Alternia. But it's still got a couple laughs out of me. This all felt like a well-built setting and characters with background and history. It's a lot of fun. The custom music on the different profiles and for the HTML itself was a nice surprise. One criticism I have, so it doesn't seem like I'm just glazing this too hard, I really don't like the Germa and Joel bits. It's just not very funny to me. Not much, but the sprite art is more of a Problem Sue style, which I like in a Sia Homestuck, but this is just part 1, since... It's the one everyone loved. Sam compliments, but it's only one animation instead of multiple, bringing it down from its predecessor. While it is just a standard strife animation, it switches to a Mega Man style later on, which gives it a distinctive edge over the rest. Also, the music's pretty good.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
Woo! Yeah! Wow! Woo! Yeah! Probably the most classic strife animation so far, just a child trying and failing to beat up their parent. I do like the designs here, very appealing, but the second guy in the rendered art style is a bit odd, aka high off his ass. Also, the one joke did get me. On this episode, Jane fucking dies. Lamau. You click through and see some very pretty art. But if it turns out Vriska beat Lord English, I'm gonna be really annoyed since I have some very specific thoughts about the ending of Homestuck. But yeah, other than that, pretty good here. Simple strife, but a very good tone setter if this is supposed to be a more horror or thriller MSPFA. Also, nice self-insert, bro. I couldn't read this since the images were broken, but I can say the music choice here is very interesting and makes me very excited for an adventure. Now, back in time, from the previous Vast Error page, you follow a Purple Blood through a very atmospheric town with very nice coloring, and the trolls pop out a lot, along with some nice shot composition. It's a very good animation. The writing here is pretty okay, a bit stilted in some areas, but overall is fine. The Purple Blood is probably the best characterized out of all of them. It still feels very Disney original teen movie. The troll covered in blood is pretty hot. That counts for something. Another Russian flash connected to a dead MSPFA. It's a work of art. Using Sunsetter for a battle against a squirrel is the funniest fucking thing. Either a teen's beautiful work or a perfect Russian troll. Also, the name is a disease, which is kind of freaky, so maybe this is like dead serious. You click through, and then you click through, and then you do some more clicking through, and then you get jump scared. Fuck you. Strobe warning for this, by the way. But what the fuck is Ananas 007 on? This is their second game and this is fucking insane. What are you guys taking? I can't read this, but this is still some of those bonkers shit I've seen so far. Like, what? It's 2 a.m. and this is not good for my sanity. Looks like we meet again, Cole, if that's even your real name. Anyway, it's like a stripped-down version of the Vast Error phone game, just 2 boxes to read. Much more classically Homestuck interactive rather than, you know, kind of newer stuff. Little Pokemon interactive page, with each option having a different page it opens up automatically. Sadly, Bag and Run are the same page for some reason. Another standard strife animation. Don't have much to say, but the glove is weird. Flashpoint says there's no dev, but it's obviously the Squiddle session team, and honestly, finally, a real walk around. While I didn't read everything this time, mainly because every tree has a joke or lore written on it, But it is cool how much there is, and the writing is very well done and very Undertale, which, you know, makes sense for a Homestuck project. It's a strife animation, but I don't know. The JoJo is pretty kind of funny. I don't know, this is fucking weird. While the same name, it's a completely different MSPFA. This is a weird but pretty okay walk-around section. You just walk around and talk to some funny things. It's got good music, but it's constantly crackling, so I'm gonna save your ears on that, but trust me, it's good. I couldn't figure out this one, so I didn't play it a ton. Sorry. I like the music and art, but the animation is fine at best. Still, I like more fantasy in my Homestuck. Appreciate a good elf. Alright, I want to come out and say I don't think I beat this one, and it pisses me the fuck off, because the flashpoint thumbnail shows a section I never saw, and there's no fucking information on this comic. And it was just hard to find the actual postings in the first place. There's only an archive on Tumblr in which it says to go through the tag for order, which is completely fucking gone, so all I have is a kind of mixed up listing, like what the fuck, man? And the thing is, I'm interested in it. This one has good art despite the surprise. The sprite art is good, and music choice apt. The writing is interesting, makes me want to know more, but there is absolutely nothing about this comic except for the master posts. So if someone can help, please, I'm interested and want to know more. I think I might be stupid. It is in order, I think. Still mad about this being dead though. Well, Cole, looks like we meet again. Nice strife animation. Weird Moon guy aside, standard fare. Yes, I am serious. It's just an animation with no interactivity. At least the sprite is sad. Standard shit, as expected, but the Robo-Imp is cool, and the Robo-Refusal is definitely funny. Strife, but with a dog. No violence, but cute dog. This is just Portuguese Homestuck, which, while technically unofficial, I can't read Portuguese, but as a quick review, Rain is very, very good, Clark is the GOAT. First, great name. Second, worst version of the previous Pokemon game. Instead of redirecting you to the page, it makes you click the next page button, which I can't do. Good music though. We're gonna have a very nice string of Pokemon stripes. Vriska is good, as she is in everything. Music is good, and that's all. It's like the first one, as in it opens new windows. Same jokes, and now MSPFA thinks I have back problems. I do. And I'm Portuguese. Once again, same as the first, but now with the saving of the world. Good job, everyone. Also, Jane's there. Finally, a break from the strife animations. First off, the music has high-pitched beeps which pop my ears because my body is permanently fucked. But besides that, the art is very charming and the writing is overall very solid, besides not knowing what the context is, of course. This is pretty good overall. May even read it. Maybe. Probably not. Sorry. Still good though. And of course, Jane is there to add nothing to the conversation. As expected. Woof, let's get this going. A very meaty walk-around with a fine sense of humor outside the dogshit puns, which are barely above Undertale tier, but they don't make me chuckle, unlike Undertale puns. The dialogue is pretty good and conveys a lot of character. Also, a character caring about everyone that got meteored is pretty good. Character designs are generally good, except for the guy that looks like Pro Jared. The characters do feel like human people for the most part, excluding Pro Jared, of course, who talks like Patrick Bateman. The outside bit felt a tad unnecessary, felt like they had music and needed to use it. but inside the cave is a lot of fun, and once again, always impressed by how much dialogue is packed in here. I do like the dichotomy on how two different playable characters interact with others. Despite this being the longest game so far, I don't have much to say about it. I'm starting to think a lack of context is hurting my reviews, but whatever. This is our first RPG Maker game, and is incomplete, and broken in a few spots. Picking living quarters puts you into an infinite loading screen, and also the game doesn't have a real end. Cool. Well, look who's... Oh, never mind. Pretty funny, Jade. Aside from that, it's pretty obvious that this was made by like a 15-year-old, and they've made more than I have, so what's that say about me? Another ROM hack Pokemon game, of course using the descriptor of sexy troll properly, which is great, but besides that, it's fine and doesn't have a proper ending, but that's probably extended into the next page. Just another Strife animation. Good Problem Sleuth reference, but why the fuck are his dogs out? What the fuck? Just another Strife animation. Background's pretty cool. Don't have much to say. Sorry. Another Reddit stuck flash, and this is pretty good. Generally good at characterizing, and very quick and easy with some nice sprite work. An unfortunately broken flash due to lost assets, but you can figure out what the song's... Holy shit, it's Rivers Cuomo! I'm dumb, she's a lesbian. I thought I had found the one. We were good as married in my mind, but married in my mind's no good. Oh, pink triangle on her sleeve. Let me know the truth. Let me know the truth. Just another Strife animation, but this time it's Marvel, so at least we know the family has garbage taste. You know what, I'm sorry, this was 2014, it was normal back then. This is the first flash that I actually have context for. I started reading it and then stopped a little bit after this flash. I actually really liked its world building, but that's getting a bit out of scope for this video, despite it definitely not being out of scope. For this specifically, I really like the sprite work. It's full of personality and character. The writing's also pretty good, and gets their character across really nicely, along with the dynamics in the friend group, despite me not remembering a single name. The music is also pretty damn good. Very elevator stuck, but it does have a really bad loop that's very noticeable, but that's very nitpicky in my opinion. Overall, this is a very good flash that I highly recommend reading, and actually recommend you read the comic. Also, who the fuck is Kurat? What the fuck is this song? I can't find it! Pretty good music, but Thrown Around the World is weirdly shot. Had to watch it twice to understand what was going on. Cole, but you... never mind, different Cole. Pretty good, like the use of color, and good music. Still just a Strife though. Would you look at that K? Well, it was probably just some, like, kids' flash game, so I can't criticize... Okay. Ow. Let me just... criticize it too much. Still, writing is pretty subpar, music's not super good. This guy's probably honestly older than I am at this point, or is as old as me, but, you know, still sucks. We must converse once more. This time, pretty good. I like the sprite work, though fuck this guy's castle hair bullshit. Besides that, music is chill, maybe a bit too melancholic for the scene, but I think the writing is still pretty good. A bit too anime, but you get what you can take. Honestly, not that bad. Well, OpsCat isn't making my tinnitus any worse this time. And while the animation is rudimentary, the blur helps a lot. Also has some very nice weight. He's back with another. Well, I guess this is the first one. That came before the last one. I will say there was an obvious improvement over the year, way better understanding of animation and comedy. Good job, OpsCat. Still gave me tinnitus, asshole. It's an Earthbound themed strife, which makes it way better than the rest, along with the cool design of the person you're fighting. Also, the rug pull of the song actually being Johnny Be Good, rather than the normal Earthbound song, is very good. This is all around a really good strife animation. A nice walk around with some charming art, besides, you know. Also, KK understands me. The writing is nice and to the point, getting these characters' personalities across. Overall, a pretty good section. Music's a bit off-tone though, way too awesome for what's going on. Tambourine Man is back, and I still don't understand the fucking name. This one's actually really good, especially the music when John comes in and it switches up. Absolutely amazing. It's also properly funny, with the not happening getting more and more complex each time being a great joke. A strife animation that's not just good, but I'd say great. Simple, rudimentary strife. Nothing to write home about, except the music is fine, I guess. After 3 years, Audrey made this, and they have absolutely improved. From music to art, everything here is so much better. It's not perfect, I don't like these designs at all, and the art is a bit all over the place aesthetically, but still very good, and probably hype for anyone that actually tuned into this comic. Long and very well made. Love the music first off. Great atmosphere and makes me want to look around. Writing is overall pretty good, and despite the main character having a shitty name and being an Evangelion fan, I do like him because he is like me, because he blushes when a woman threatens him. Overall, just a good Flash for building atmosphere. I do like that they are both not Friska, especially the sprite. Fat tits, great choice by the way. Yeah, overall, very strong first impressions for this dev, especially like the spider design. It's pretty cute. I am still very confused on what's going... Oh, fuck off. No way! Is this just Monster Girl Quest? Are you fucking serious? Ugh, whatever. Peak meets peak, I guess. Never mind, she said ara ara. I'm killing myself. Besides all that, this is still pretty well written, and the art's really good. I almost died when it was Monster Girl Quest. I am very intrigued with whatever the fuck is going on in this horny-ass comic. So yeah, let's see what's next. Just wanted to mention, this comic hasn't been updated in 5 years, so it's not getting an intermission. I don't even know anymore. Music is good, but seriously, what the fuck is this fan comic about? I'm just more confused. Also, Roxygen is the GOAT, and we all have this much combat experience too, fair warning.
Fuck this bitch.
Also, Blue John. Unfortunately, I can't make any porn jokes with this one, but besides that, the music is amazing. Great job the person that did this. Besides that, on the writing side, I do like this a lot, and their dynamic is really well done here, and is a lot of fun. A lot of the same stuff with the first one, which is the future one, but yeah, all over, these four were fucking insane. Just an animation from a long-gone MSPFA, that's apparently only on the Wayback Machine. Besides that, this feels like a kid made it, which is beautiful in a way, especially after all the other stuff we had to go through. Hey, welcome back, Patman. Walk around in the dark with probably nothing. Also trickster mode, so the white people have returned. Another strife, but this one has really nice art. Really like what it's doing. Feels vaguely backyard baseball in a way. It's really charming and really well done. Our 6th Audrey game, Jesus Christ. Another one of their basic strifes. Once again, not really much, but I like the multi-hitting stroke move. 12 Angry Men, but with trolls. I like the typing quirks here, but it just all kind of falls flat at the end of the day. Not super interesting, but I thought this might be more interesting if I had context, which I'm not gonna get. I'm coming back to this because I listened to the music a bit more and I do really like it. I don't know why I didn't talk about it that much. It's a really good MIDI piano track. I don't know who made it, but it's good. I do still recommend reading this one. It's still pretty fun overall, even if I think it falls pretty flat. A very aesthetics-based walk around. Love rainy houses with the power off and lights dimmed. Great choice on that. And while I technically didn't finish the game, I checked, and this was the last page. So once again, another dead MSPFA. Woo! I'm sorry to Homestuck for being so mean. Do go play this game. It is pretty good. I shouldn't have made this joke about this game when Act Omega hasn't been updated in 4 years, but is for some reason still in the ongoing rather than on hold. Oh, and that's a fucking bug on my desk. Oh, shit. What I mean is that Act Omega deserves ridicule for not actually being ongoing and being inactive for 4 fucking years. Don't worry, Act Omega, it's just banter. I love you. Short and sweet naming section that doesn't go overboard with references to Homestuck, instead being an Earthbound reference. Also, he likes gushers, really hard-hitting deconstructions of the story we once knew. While animated in a very rudimentary way, it has a nice flow of action and with good timing. Definitely makes this a lot more interesting than it would be. The writing is fine, and the edited Rose sprite fucks with me harder than it should. Hey, RPG Maker is back with a guy I don't know. No, seriously, who is this? Whatever, Graggle Simpson walks around and finds the best character dead. Ugh. A very cute walk around with minimal dialogue, but is overall fine, and Karkat is here, but I don't know what's going on with Terezi, unless I'm missing something, which I probably am since there seems to be a whole RPG system attached, but I couldn't really find much about this, so we're leaving it here. Hello, Audrey. Mid once again, I see. Standard affair with only one decent joke. I'm being way meaner than I need to be. First off, amazing music, but mainly this is just 100 awful puns back to back. It is still written in an interesting manner, not just dryly done puns. Strife, but you click on more stuff than average, which is pretty cool. Good job, guys. Truly building off of what Homestuck started. Maybe one day we'll even see dialogue in one of these, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Part 1 to the previous animation. This one actually has a proper end, which means it's better than like 90% of Strife animations I've seen so far. Good job, Hutch, leading the fandom in new directions. Standard affair, but uses non-sprite art, which is always fun to see in these projects. You do a jig. Yeah, I don't know what to say, I'm sorry.
You got no point to the game. You just walk around jumping on shit. It look like Mario in the future. And it's Mario in a business suit with his...
Some pretty well done sprite work, unfortunately marred by not being particularly interesting besides that. Needs to spruce up the interactivity and other elements. Instead of getting laid out, she now lays him out. Girl boss. Another one I almost read, but didn't. Just a quick little joke before making a long conversation. Not much, and a well-written Jane. Jane isn't ever well-written, you know, dunk. But I do wonder why Karkat's whole light system turns on whenever someone calls him. Once again, Homestuck in a language I can't read. Sorry. A YouTube poop-esque game where you hit fuck over and over and over.
Fuck!
A Strife animation, but Final Fantasy, so it's definitely higher up on the Strife animation tier list, but like, you know, still just a Strife animation. A school project where you walk around a dream bubble collecting the things, then making it to the backpack. Simple, but this was a school project, so that's expected. A Strife animation where John fights a door and is absolutely adorable. Aww. Honestly, this is closer to Fear and Hunger than anything, if we're being honest. Very unfortunately, this game is broken. All I can hear are the first notes of a memory long gone. If someone knows how to fix this, please contact me after subscribing and liking the video. Our first real platformer, and it's buggy as shit and very annoying. Dying resets you completely. I don't think you actually need to collect the items in this game, and you get stuck in the floor because I guess this guy was in a really bad class. However, this does show a marked improvement though despite that. Additionally, his DeviantArt account is gone, despite his game still being downloadable. This was made a year after Flash died, somehow. Also, this is the first instance of June. Also, none pizza left beef is not funny. Also, I will be playing a lot of these dress-up games, so that joke isn't funny. Also, the dogs. We got the dogs are back. First off, this shit is like 35 minutes with so much fucking writing, and it's all really, really good. All the characters do feel like themselves, but slightly off, which is probably the point since this is a blood swap AU. All the sprite work is extremely well done, like holy shit, the Nepeta, or I guess Fishnetta in this situation, that sprite is really well done. Overall an amazing game, and I highly recommend you go and play it. It's on MSPFA, but it's also on Flashpoint, which is far easier to find since you have to like go through some weird linkage to get to it. I don't have a lot to say, unfortunately, but I did get in contact with the creator, and I found the context, baby. You know what time it is. This is the context for the previous game. We have a lot to go through, specifically 3 links. The MSPA forums, a Tumblr, and then a different Tumblr. I was originally going to go in chronological order and look at each individual lore document. However, there is so much on some of these that I just don't think it's possible. I want to get into the weeds like I do, but you know, there's just so fucking much. Some of the basics out of the way is that I like the swaps themselves and I think could lead to interesting outcomes, and I also really like the design of Vriska's arm. But like I said, I'm not going to get into the specific weeds. However, to make sure that this section doesn't end now, I'm going to compare the 2016 and then the newer Tumblr. The middle Tumblr only changes some minor things from the original, so you can go make a video on that if you're so fucking interested. One thing changed from the 2016 version is that Murderstuck may not happen. While in the game and in the 2016 version, Aridin does fulfill the Murderstuck requirement, which is interesting since he's a low blood. Also, there's plenty of dead links on the way back, so that's, you know, really fucking fun. So rather than going in the weeds, let's look at each character individually and how they changed between the two. Gamzee, who is now the mutant of the group, was originally obsessed with a gang of trolls. However, in the 2024 version, the gang is fake. Vriska, who is a Rustblood, is obsessed with flarping in 2016. However, later on, she becomes me. So that's really cool. Aridin, a Bronzeblood, understands he'll be nothing more than a soldier in the army. However, in the future version, he could see himself becoming a commander. Equius is a Yellowblood in this version, and is originally very much into archery, but isn't in the later iteration. I'm sorry, there's just too many differences between these two bios to really make a straight comparison. It's like comparing Purple Bloods to Rust Bloods, you know? Terezi, an Olive Blood, in both versions is blind. However, in the original, she's on the run from the law because, you know, weakness and all that. While in the new version, is a vigilante. I don't like Pfeffrey, but she's a Jade Blood here, who's not energetic in the OG, but definitely is in the new one. Solix, a Teal Blood, is a science whiz in the original, but made into a law gamer in the new rendition. Kanaya, now a Cerulean, originally had a murder Lussus who gave her clothing silk. Now, murder, clothing, and her Lussus are all separate. Tavros, in Indigo, has a Lussus that went from supportive to not supportive. I don't know, but it's like definitely different, trust me on this. Karkat, a purple blood, originally liked his position, but now doesn't seem into it comparatively. Nepeta is a violet blood, and honestly there are basically no major differences between these two characters. They just added stuff on top. Finally, we have Aradia, who is a fuchsia blood. In the original, she's dead from something involving Solix, I think, but now was sacrificed for her Lussus and is a ghost, rather than dying because of Solix or something. Of course that's not everything, and I've left out big details primarily because I actually want to get this fucking video done at some point. I completely ignored the human swaps, but there's Jade's funny ass. Not much else without, taking up way too much time. So yeah, go check this out, it's really interesting, I'll link it in the description. Also, Terezi and Solix, fuck! Wow! End of intermission! Hey, look, an Easter egg for widescreen. That's cool. But besides that, it's just a quick little thing where you get bitched out by your friend because you ghosted them. I definitely don't have any experience with that. I'm a good person. Yet another Patman DX banger. Pretty funny and unique since we haven't gotten a lot of inventory stuff yet. Also, the face she makes is pretty funny, and did kinda get me. So, pretty good overall. Point-and-click adventure game with some actual puzzle to it. You walk around a gloomy cave collecting rocks to open doors to get more rocks to talk and look at things. Not much going on, but of course I'm definitely missing something here since, context and it telling me to go read the comic. But on its own, it's a very nice little thing. I also really enjoy the music here. It's overall a very nicely done product. Oh my god. It's got nicely done writing and is overall a treat to play. Very enjoyable. Just a simple music player with some really good choices, maybe useful for some. Definitely for me since they're a based ink spots enjoyer. I just want to say how good this music is. A really low quality strife, bad music, not funny, and a dead pixel. What is this, like fucking anti-Toby Fox? Another simple strife animation, but oh, it only has one option. Jane does something, and then she doesn't. Super weird seeing anti-aliased Homestuck, but it's also definitely in an MS Paint style, like literally MS Paint. It does actually have a sense of progression, which is cool. Also, this was in 2020. I thought this was like 2012, and I feel really mean about thinking that. Another strife, but the music is like weirdly fancy. I don't really know what to say except it's Mike again. He's back. Holy shit, this is good. I didn't put Zarios' best foot forward, but this? God damn. First off, the music bangs hard. It's fucking great. I love the sprite designs, and this does so much more interesting stuff with the strife formula, mainly with being well written and having very good dialogue. Also, the animation's like pretty goddamn good too. This is what I think all strife animations should strive for. It's just good. Go read oh my god. Just go read Cyanotic Reboot. Maybe. I don't know if the rest is good, but like this definitely is. Oh hey Hackben, it's been a bit. Let's see if you got any better from this one to the one we already talked about. I don't know, it's just a different scene from the other one. It's fine. Probably the same criticism I had, but I don't fucking know. It's been a while since I actually played the last one. While fairly simple, this one does have the benefit of actually having an ending, unlike so many other strife animations that we've talked about before. Worse version of the last one, but has a nice pun. This strife has dialogue and a proper ending, so double points. But besides that, it's simple as usual, not much going on besides the two things I already brought up. We're back to this guy. He falls over and that's it. I don't like that the reset is always there for you to click, but besides that, it's fine, despite it being a bit funny. Just Homestuck. Like, literally, it's just a Homestuck page with the raddest OC. Yeah, man. Fucking tubular. Another Strife animation to add to the pile. This one has Homestuck 2 in it, so I guess that's cool. Another Strife animation. Yeah, I'm running out of things to say. All of these are just so fucking similar. Like, it's just a minute things like, oh, I think this music is pretty good, or, oh, I think this random joke is good. Pretty cool intro, but besides that, it's just another basic-ass Strife. Not much to say. A character select to different points of the comic, from page 1 to page 990-ish. I would read more, but honestly, I wasn't super interested. People just doing Spurb again usually isn't that enjoyable for me, usually because it's not as funny or as well paced as the original. No insult to Patman, of course, it's just a high bar and no one, yet, has reached it. Can you fucking tell I'm weird about this comic? Standard of fare, but instead of trying to beat or kill someone, he's trying to wake his dad up, which is pretty funny, but honestly, that face screams 2014, but Plink is a very funny name. Unlike our previous games, this one is serious. Seriously awesome! It uses Pokemon sprites, but it gives you a lot of options, both for backgrounds and for things to dress up the cat in, so it's overall pretty well done. This is just the game we played, but with like less options and in worse quality, but you know, it was like 200 pages before the previous one, so I'll let it slide this time. A pretty basic Strife, but it does have the advantage of being made in HTML, meaning it's far more advanced and technical than the previous Strifes. This one has a quit button. Better than most, is it not? There's a lot to this one. Like, just on the face of it, it's a My Little Pony walk around. You have 7 ponies you can switch between, each one having conversations with the others. Just going to say that this felt longer than what it actually was. I don't care for My Little Pony at all, so I got very little enjoyment out of this, aside from a mention of Discord and the occasional swearing. And, you know, the initial surprise of playing a My Little Pony walk around. But also the realization that this is a Spurb session, which I will say made this way funnier once it actually hit me. But besides that, I really couldn't care less. Despite this having so much, I have so little to say. I did play the game, don't worry, and if you don't think that this is good enough of an examination of this game, why don't you go make your own fucking video? I'm not analyzing Pinkie Pie's dialogue. Sorry, that's not my wheelhouse. The furries are back, and it is just, like, kind of talking. It's boring, but that's, like, the point. It's an awkward conversation in an elevator. I get what it's going for, but, like, it's not very funny. It's more humorous than anything, if that makes any sense, and it really doesn't even make sense to me. It's fine, of course. I don't think it's, like, bad, but, like, eh. A neat little game where you look over a conspiracy board, pretty well written and intriguing for the story that lies ahead. Oops, never mind, it's dead. A short little walkaround from earlier in the comic. Due to it being shorter and more of the beginning, it was much easier for me to enjoy. The friendship aneurysm is the best joke they've made. Aside from that, standard sprite complaints, I don't care much about the trickster secret, wasn't funny, and part of the music sounds crazy bus-esque. Also, surprisingly, you don't get the mail in this game. Yikes! Scary Strife this time! Aside from being Homestuck, it's very standard. Music is really good though. The sprite work is so much, which is the main thing I love about Homestuck. It's just so edgy that I just can't help but love it. I feel like the more it tries, the more charm it has, if that makes any sense. Aside from the music by Technoax WWWWUB, it's your standard affair with a hot boy guardian, which is all I'll say on the matter. An interactive instrument like Jade's flute, but this time a very, very funny instrument. Of course it has a Weird Al reference. Flintstone. Simpsom. And an Earthbound Halloween hack reference. Like, what am I supposed to say? I guess it's funny in ways, but, you know, it's just a Homestuck panel. Who's ready for 19 straight Strife animations? Ah, ha 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 ha! Can we please just get to the other games? That's what I'm interested in. A very standard affair, but the slip is kind of funny, you know? Not a great one, especially with that awful sound font for the music. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Oh, hey, Jack Noir. Spade Slick. It's great to see you. It's fine. It's a really standard affair. I guess the animation difference in not being just standard Homestuck sprites is pretty good. Honestly, I gotta give this one its dues. It's a really well done Strife animation. It's well animated with a good sense of flow and timing, while being kinda funny. The way the action is shot is pretty well done. It's a very nice Strife animation that deviates from the norm to make something actually engaging and unique. Go watch this one. It's good. Yeah, no, this one is bad. Basic sprite work and the original asset stands out like a sore thumb. Good attempt, but not good overall. Still glad you made something. Yeah, this is peak. It's funny, it makes fun of Strife animations. What more could you want? Oh, yeah, also the music is banging as hell. Fuck yes. Oh hey, you're back. Ugh. Simple animations where basically nothing happens. Not even any funny names for the things. Another super simple Strife animation. 2 options and that's about it. Nothing to say more. The original Homestuck Strife animation, but with a small difference you might not notice at first. Only those with a high IQ like me can truly notice the difference. I have never seen something that was so definitely made in Scratch. This is beautiful. Very basic stuff. I thought this was, once again, something made in like 2012, yet it came out 5 years ago. Okay, that's a bit too mean. I'm sorry about that one. I never mentioned it for some reason, but Mr. Tsuyo not only made Welcome to Doomtilis, I think that's how it's pronounced, but also made a bunch of Spurbo Mega shit. It's got good puns and is pretty well animated. It's overall a basic but still well made animation. The Eat Dodge was pretty good, but why the fuck is it so dark? Like, I don't think it's supposed to be like nighttime. Short, but honestly it's pretty fucking funny. Getting thrown around and then the board not working because they're underwater is a very good bit. Simple, but the darkness gimmick of this fight is pretty cool all things considered. Her just getting knocked the fuck out was pretty good. Good job, Jade. You did it. Way worse than the previous. Just 2 animations that aren't even particularly nice to look at. Not even that funny. Come on, Jade. I know you can do better. Oh, never mind, it's over. That's actually pretty funny. Very middling and very boring. I don't like the designs, however the custom text Audrey uses is very cool looking. I'll give him that. Finally, we've escaped the strifes. Pretty well written Reddit. The normal assholes and fuckwads you'd find on there all the time. Not much to say, but seeing people react to Spurb like this is a lot of fun to read, and seeing them guess stuff wrong, and other small things, makes this a very well written Flash. Oh god damn it, more strifes. Well, besides the strife disappointment, this is pretty good. The music is really nice, the sprite work is really well done, she's hot, and it ends, which is pretty good. This is overall a very high quality Flash. It's like that one Jade animation, but with other stuff. It's pretty good, and the music is also good, and etc, etc. I think you get what I'm complimenting these on. It's fucking sprite work and shit like that, fuck you. Once again, Homestuck in a language I can't read. This is just you there, boy. In some kind of Spanish language. One of them. I don't speak this language. Another one of the RPG Maker games. It's a little less than the other ones. You kind of just walk around and see a couple funny lines of dialogue. This one does have a proper ending, so I'll give it that. Overall, eh. Pretty atmospheric, the art's good, it has a good sense of pacing and timing and camera angles and blah 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 blah. I did check and it dupes you into thinking that she's gonna talk to Terezi, but it doesn't actually happen, so maybe my previous assumption was right, because it's just the ghosts and Vriska arguing about nothing. Maybe I should have saved the previous long-ass Act Omega rant for here, but I still think I'm right. Am I actually gonna check that and read Act Omega? Hey, as soon as they stop being inactive, maybe I'll think about it. Hey, maybe this is one of the greatest Homestuck fan comics of all time. Maybe it's just another Beyond Canon Homestuck 2. Who knows? I sure don't, and I don't care enough to know. Finally, it only took until the last set of S pages for Jane to actually do something. Congrats, Jane. We all believed in you. Yay! Woo! Yay! The furries have returned with a pretty good reading section. A lot of fun dialogue with the characters bouncing off each other pretty well. It's pretty funny, and the sprite work is well done as usual with these guys. But what the fuck is this setting? Like, seriously, it's got like weird machinery and big robots. It's like Alternia, but everyone's like a dog man. I'm definitely gonna have to read this. This has piqued my interest, both quality-wise and writing-wise. It's a simple furry strife, worse than all the other games aside from the April Fool's one. Music is very good and just screams Flash game you remember playing when you were 11. You know, peak. Pretty well done. Its movement is good, it's actually kind of funny and has a genuine fight end state. Also, there's an EXP screen, which I don't actually think has popped up yet at all. Good on you, Matt. You made a strife animation I like. Round of applause, round of applause. Once again, I can't speak Russian, but I'll give them the award for most doors in a walk around yet, so they got something going on, which I'm very proud of them for, and also, this is continuing to be really fucking weird. Strife animation. The sprite work on Abjure is good, I guess. Sorry, I'm just tired of these and I don't have a lot to say on it, really any of them. This isn't because of this guy specifically, sorry Audrey, but like, you know, there's just been like fucking 50 of them or some shit. I just, Rich another Spurb menu. Fuck you. I can't believe it. It's perfect. It's exactly what I want from a basic strife animation. Custom assets, good animation, it's properly funny, it has an end screen, it's everything I could want. Oh, hell yes. You know, let's do an intermission. God damn it, it's fucking dead. Never mind. Seriously, also, who the fuck wrote this comic? Like, who is this guy? This is the best strife animation because it has Vinny Vine sauce. Next. And finally, our last S page. It's cool and new webcomic. Hell yes. And this is probably my favorite one so far. Of course, mainly because it's cool and new webcomic, it's the best MSPFA, but also, the epic fucked up MIDI music is really what brings this one together. Also, it has cool secrets. I haven't really talked about the Control-Shift-T secrets, mainly because I didn't check for them, so that's my bad. But Moonbetter is something the world, needs to hear. It's beautiful. And then the Control-Shift-C secret... And now... We're not at the midpoint, actually. Sorry. Actually, we might be. I'm not going to check the numbers. But we have escaped the S pages. We can move on to greener pastures and actual games. The amount of MSPFAs will decrease, and I'm okay with that. This is the part I'm actually interested in. The games that people made for the love of it. Not for a comic, not for a plotline, but just made to made. So now I welcome you to the real star of the video. Everything else! A lot of behind-the-scenes work that Aborted Slunk made for Homestuck, which somehow them working on Homestuck is somehow less known than her March Aridin drawing, which is really weird. Now that the elephant in the room is out of the room, I really like seeing this stuff. Unused or early art, background info on why this art appeared. I do recommend giving this a read if you care at all about the making of Homestuck. Of course, the sprite work itself is great. Aborted Slunk is a very good sprite artist who knows how to use detailed sprites and who knows when to keep it simple. All around, a very enjoyable experience and a great way to the start of the beginning of the end. Yeah, sorry, I quickly checked it out and it's another Acto Mega. Sorry, I don't care. I'm not reading it. Go fuck yourself. I did look around and the art and animation is very well done. A lot of the character designs look really good, but it hasn't been updated since 2021. What is it with Homestuck fan sequels becoming inactive around 2021? Such a weird little thing. This is the gayest fucking thing I have ever read. And I've read gay pornography. Besides that, it's an advent calendar that I assume got updated daily at the time of release. It's a Dirk Jake crack fic where Jake is an angel and Dirk is some guy in the woods. It's pretty cute overall if you're into that kind of thing, and ends with Jake and Dirk dying again, which is pretty fucking morbid, but it's good, don't worry, they both went to heaven. Also, there's way more interactivity besides just reading. You even get to watch Jake, if you're into that kind of thing. I really don't know what to think about this whole thing, but the fact that Dirk is surprisingly well written and is actually pretty funny is honestly really cool. Good job, you Christian gay. You're gonna go far in this world. Yeah, I still don't exactly get how alchemy works in Homestuck. It's one part of the comic that just completely went over my head. And since this doesn't actually have a description, I still don't understand. But I made a poop joke, so I'm stupid enough to make funnies. Another Miftoa game, this time it's just a blood swap generator, but is honestly closer to just a character generator. Probably less interesting than the alchemy one, but this one I actually understand, because I'm stupid and I'm a writer and not like a program major. A Total Drama Island art style for this one. The pieces lock in, which helps you get the specifics instead of manually doing it, but I do also have the problem with the fact that you can't mix and match between characters. You have to pick their sets individually, which is a bummer for my sick OC collection. Additionally, I couldn't find a male version, and their last update was in 2015, so I'm going to assume there is no male version. Yeah, the name gives it away. It's a dress-up game for a troll OC. Don't have much to say, but I really like the background for some reason, and they have a very nice shade of maroon for the whole thing. It's very, aesthetically pleasing. A quick little first-person shooter light gun type game with cute plush designs. Not much going on, so not much to say, but this could make for the greatest aim trainer you've ever seen. A short little game about Dave looking for apple juice. It's fine, and the little cow bit did get me the first time. I do hate jump scares like that though. I think you win the JRPG battle that's right at the end by just spamming the attack button. I don't actually know if you can lose or not. You just spam click it over and over. The party horn did actually make me chuckle. It's a fine game overall. A game where you ask Carcat yes or no questions. It's by the Four Chords guy again, meaning voice work is back on the table, and once again, it is amazing. I made sure to ask Carcat only the hardest hitting questions.
Wasn't it obvious? Of course, dumbass. Oh shit, Sherlock. How the fuck am I supposed to answer that?
More of a character creator rather than a dress-up game. Since you're not actually dressing a character up, you're making one. You know, the name of the game, whatever. Not much to say, but here's my very original character called The Original Plan for Calliope. Our unfortunately final game from Senare, and there's no voice acting, which is sad. This kind of pisses me off since this is how we end here, on a dress-up game rather than something else, but I still do like the art on display here, as I have with everything else. It has a quality I really like.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
I'm playing this after playing literally everything else since I accidentally had a filter on and I didn't realize, so I'm gonna apologize. The joke's not gonna work anymore, but I'm still gonna say it later on. Ignoring that, you play as Vriska of Warring Terezi and Nepeta. Also, there's inflation, and I don't find either of these hot. I really don't find Vor hot. Fuck this game, it's not hot. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Yeah, this is easily the best game so far. Hands down perfect writing of pretty much every character. Rose and Kanaya and Dave all feel like themselves. The build up to Rose drinking is very well done and very tense. The Rainbow Drinker story is well written and funny, along with every other funny moment being done very well. The art, when it appears, is very well done. Like every part of this works extremely well. Rose's monologue on why she drank and her thought process during the multiple points during the build-up is super well done. I just can't get over how well done this whole thing is. Go and read this right now. It's not long at all and very enjoyable. A very shoddily put together platformer that combines my autism into one game. Sans has a long-reaching laser but is the slowest and can't jump. Solix is a standard character with a wide blast, and Bill can no-clip. Yeah, it's kind of obvious which character is the best, just switch to the others to collect their items specifically after flying around. It then ends with an unwinnable boss fight, since Bill doesn't attack and it requires all three to work together. A bucket-based dress-up game has a lot of option and it's gay, of course. Of course it's fucking gay. The buckets are always gay. I'm fujoshiing out because of how gay these buckets are. That one scene in Homestuck where Caliborn bites his leg and then rips it off with his own mouth. But now, you can do it yourself. Mash those buttons to do the hardest goddamn moment in this entire comic. A cute Jade Cat fic when they were on the different ships, now meeting in the dream bubbles. It's fine. The music pisses me off since it's 2010 pop hits but with a violin. The art is definitely from multiple places, and while it's a generally cute fic with an ending that made me go aww, this is just fine. It's not terrible, but definitely has room for improvement. I was very disappointed that Carcat didn't write the fanfic Jade finds at the start, but it's whatever. I'm not mad. This was some teenage girl from 2012, and you know, it's a cute thing, so I can't be too mad at it. A highly incomplete pet game. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't play this game for long. The art style and little writing I saw activated my kill switch. It doesn't work at all, both money-making games being broken along with other small parts that bugged me to the point of not being able to complete the game, if it even has an ending. Sorry if you're a big fan of this, I think I genuinely hate it. Although Caliborn is funny, but that's a given, not an exception. Yeah, this was just kinda boring. Two characters bouncing bullshit off each other with no sense of timing or pacing. Extremely 2010s, despite being made in 2018. Yeah, I don't have much to say about it, but I don't think it's very good. Sorry. click on the characters and read 1 or 2 panels. It's fine writing-wise, and this is even further than the other alt-gen panels. But like, yeah, it's fine, although Swifter being dead did get me when I saw it. That was funny. A chum handle generator that does more than the GACT naming scheme of the original comic, and is pretty well done. Lots of different options mostly, useful for someone who wants to write pester logs, but sucks at naming things. AKA, me. The Gay German Christian is back with another advent calendar featuring Homestuck characters on one half, and some anime characters on the— Oh, wait a minute, this is Trauma Center, what the fuck? Insane poll. Like, seriously, what's the fucking connection here? Trauma Center and Homestuck? Is it because they're both single words mashed together to make one word? Oh, whatever, it's cute, moving on. Act 1 until Drawn drops his arms. Literally that's it. But you click on the stuff he interacts with, so like, yeah. It's technically not just Act 1, so it counts. Sorry, Portuguese speakers, you're gonna have to try again on this one. I have literally nothing to say about this. I guess his face is slightly funny. Eh. A short prototype of a Dave dating sim, made because the person was free trialing Flash, which is very cute on its own for some reason. The writing is fine, and the compressed JPEG art of Dave is done well. Overall, I wish there was more. Another test game, but this time it's a platformer. Art style is very 2012 anime sprite, which I do enjoy. But like, it's a test for another game which I don't think got made, so I assume they died, which is what I would say if they didn't have a beautiful DeviantArt. This is just perfect. I love this shit so much. They got Sans AUs, gay Homestuck, gay South Park. This is literally perfect, and I love this person. Unfortunately, all their other games are 404, so, you know, fuck me. Okay, so this is a demo of a game that never released, and I'm fucking mad, because this is really, really good, so far at least, but it's still good. I'm interested in it, but no! This had to end before anything actually got interesting. Why are dead Daves the enemies? Can Dave cure Rose's alcoholism? Why does everyone have killer hips? Who the fuck knows? All I know is that I want more, but I'm never gonna get more. I do still recommend giving this a playthrough. It's still well written and fun. Overall, enjoyable. A simple Strife animation, but with pretty good music and pretty good animation. Not much to say beyond that, though. Yep, it's Equius. I do like the art, but some clothing choices are strange, but overall, it's fine. Like, normal. So this...
There is a place where the grass is what's for dinner.
Yeah, at least Equius loves black MILFs. God bless him.
And it would be a shame if we wasted
This is like perfectly fine, but it pisses me off for like some reason and I don't know why. One of the shirts says "Cum Dumpster." I really don't know what to add to that. You know, I don't really know what I'm supposed to talk about here. I guess I like the Sailor Moon clothes. I guess. Who knows? This is like another standard dress-up game. It's not much to say about it. I find these character creators way more fun than the dress-up games. Gives me way more freedom since the base is usually changeable and not a predefined character like the last few. The more general options also allow for more freedom of choice in who you're making. I highly recommend the Fan Troll Creator by Zamag if you really want a good one though. I've actually used it a lot. I'll never be able to talk about it, so I'm bringing it up here. But besides that, the game we're currently playing is good, but far more limited than some. Still overall good, and here's my OC, Dolsan. Another character creator, but even more limited to just the main kids, and cherubs. Disappointing, but still better than a dress-up game. Some more delicious behind the scenes, such as her being behind the turntable mesas, an unused curtain animation, and the glorious, beautiful Red Miles. It's perfection. This is the one page of Epistuck, and it doesn't even open the right site. To say this is a dead project is to insinuate it was even alive to begin with. Oh, finally some music. Female Eridan dress up. Art style is aggressively early 2010s. Things lock on, which is good, but what's this splotch in the corner?
Whoa, is that blackface, dude?
Aggressively gay Eridan. That's all I have to say. Some simple sprite dress up with music, and his penis. I don't have the heart to make fun of this one. It's a dress up game with a lot of fucking options. I look at this and cry in seeing someone actually happy.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
Our first real porn game, ignoring the one that I missed, of the video. The others were fake, jokes and just saucy imagery. This is real. I can't actually show any of this game, I think for obvious reasons. Here's Vriska and here's Jade, and if you want my opinion, the art is not hot enough to carry such a simple premise. It's got amazing customization, but not a lot beyond that. At least the League of Legends one had some interesting ideas and mechanics, but this, it's not really much. It's just Snake, but actually it's also an NES ROM, so this is the most impressive game so far. Was genuinely surprised by that. Also, it has a really nice 8-bit rendition of Doctor. I have to say, I straight up don't like this one. Similar problems to their Eridan game where the hitboxes are way too big on some items, and many times you have to double click to unselect an item. Overall, it's no hate, I'm just a bitch.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
Finally, our first real Homestuck specific porn game. Not just a game with Homestuck in it. This one, you pick multiple implements to arouse a femme carcat. There is no audio, but it's fine for the type of game it is. Gets the job done for something in 2013. A fan troll background and reference sheet. It's a generally interesting character, but I'm far more interested in their ancestor, who is cool as fuck. Also, that's not how Troll Society works. The Lussus is pretty funny, but the actual sprite work and not the art is jarringly low quality in comparison to the art. But the Troll Games poster is pretty funny, I'll give them that. First off, thank God. They have context. I did really enjoy this one. Not particularly funny, but still well done in a general sense. The dialogue, while generic on both sides, is still pretty fun to read. But yes, she does have a meterless invincible reversal she can do while in block stun. Hella busted. I hope Arxis nerfs her. This is a long-ass game, and also really good. This is a Bro Strider x Grandpa Harley shipping game, and unlike every other shipping game, this one is actually complete, with good writing and good art that isn't credited. Awesome. But besides that, I love this game. It's about Bro making an amazing puppet show for Grandpa as he goes on an adventure. They have fucked. A lot. Like, a lot. The writing is overall pretty funny, especially when Bro calls Grandpa grave bait. Like, top 10 jokes so far at the bare minimum. Also, this is the best gay comic because old man yowie, old man yowie, old man yowie, old man yowie, old man yowie. They also made a card game for this, and it has mispaint, so extra points for that. The ending is pretty good with a pretty fun Smuppet show, with plenty of good gags. Overall, I recommend this if you're chill with two old men almost fucking, which I am plenty fine with.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
What the fuck do you want me to say about the Jade Harley Giantess boob inflation vor video? Like, how do I talk about this? Is this even vor since she's eating fucking galaxies? Oh, I'm gonna get a headache. Oh my god, she's fucking galaxy tier. She can beat Bill Cipher in a fight. Oh. You thought this wouldn't be a dress-up game, but of course, even the shipping games are dress-up games. Art is really cute and I really like the music. Even at 2 a.m., this made me smile. Another mid-game from Donna. Just don't like the dress-up games they've made. I'm sorry, but I just don't like them. Clean art style, not buggy, Afro Gamzy. Yeah, this is chill. Wish I knew who made it. Good music choice, good art style, not much to say, but I hope Cheesley liked their gift. A mystery game posted on some forum back in the day. It's just Gamzy rolling. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. A parody of the Homestuck visual novel Play by Heart, which we have not gotten to yet, but will, so this will be very funny in retrospect. So this is 100% the most 2012 I just learnt about sex thing ever. We got it all. It's an AU, there's gay men, sex buying, jokes, not actually showing sex because you can't draw for shit, but it makes it endearing. Is this funny? I don't know. I almost fell over when the music kicked in when the cherubs appeared, and laughed when Careless Whisper started playing. Also, the description says, "They gun frick." There is a good chance that this person is 16 or 24 with 0 in between. But overall, it's fine. Amateurish, but I think that's charming. -2 on not having any sex besides the initial insertion, but whatever, I'm expecting too much, I guess.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
The Grand High Blood has sex. This is very amateurish in a non-endearing way. This is just kinda mid. The art is just too inconsistent with the animation, line work, and blending of liquids. It could be better. Oh yeah, also, he's fucking an animal. Forgot that. That's not good.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
A much worse version of the first one. Worse animation, the speed selector literally just slows its frame rate down. However, I will say the Grand High Blood here looks much better, so good job on that. This time he's fucking a different animal, so this is also bad. A quick little conversation between two troll OC Moirails. They talk about relationship drama and the fact Distin is definitely fucking a human, which, don't ask. Additionally, there's some stuff about a non-Spurb game. Overall, pretty good characterization, but the sprites are just painted over talk sprites from the comic, which is pretty funny. Also, they misspelled definitely. What could be a very useful piece of lore, which was very unfortunately never finished. Each class spec would have its own descriptor and lore blurb, but this never came to fruition unfortunately. Would love to see something like this finished at some point. It's got a cool intro though.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
Crow has finally made some good porn. Well, it's not great, but it's better than the previous stuff. It has music, the animation is generally better quality, and no animal sex. That's a plus. A visual novel about John dealing with retcon bullshit. Starting out in his house and getting some incest jokes out of the way, the parts reminiscing about John's dad are pretty well done. Then you have to go stop Tavros from falling down the stairs, and this part is bad. I don't like it. It's not very funny. I do like the art of the whole thing, but it's overall just fine. Not bad, that's for sure. More interesting than many of the games on this list, at least. It's a birthday card someone made. It's cute, however their DeviantArt profile is perfection. 2010's DeviantArt purity. I love it. Animation from the MSPFA Havenbound. I do not care enough about this one to read it. It's a simple MSPFA animation style. The most I can say is that the guitar music is good, everything else is not particularly great. The other character's sister is the second most fuckable MSPFA character I've seen, and somehow this also has seaming issues. Somehow. Overall, it's fine, but nothing to write home about. Even cruder animations than the last one. I have nothing to say about this besides the fact that this was made in 2020, so there is a chance the person who made this sees this video and gets sad I said their work sucks. I would like to say to this person, I am very sorry. Aridin dress up with a more hipster flair if you couldn't fucking tell. I actually like the art style here, a good in-between of different styles, a lot of competency from how stable the game is. Good job. Probably one of the better dress-up games so far. A way to learn the Alternian language. I'm stupid, so I'm bad at this, but also it being backwards makes it even harder. Cool program, check this out if you want to learn a text-only language that no one speaks. A pamphlet of all the Hive Swap characters in release order with the chapter names. An actually pretty helpful tool for people with bad memory, or to do a smash or pass tier list. What? Do you think I was gonna fucking make one? Come on, I'm better than that. Anyway, here's the list. While the game is broken on Flashpoint, it does work on itch. So, if you do play this, play it there. It's a Hive Swap fan route, and a pretty good one at that. The art is good, especially the ending card. The writing is well done, maybe a bit too OC, but honestly, it's only a couple lines that really make it feel like that, which is pretty good for this kind of thing. The music is really well done, and the only problem I have is that it only has one choice. But even then, it's a pretty good choice, but I think it's just over too quickly. The personality turn happens way too quick, and I think it should have ended at the concert rather than at the beach. But honestly, with those two improvements, this could be a legit route. Man, wonder what else they've made. Darn it, nothing. May as well follow them, see what they're... No! A very crudely made Homestuck shooter mixed with Evangelion. No music for some reason. It's fine, I guess? It works. I don't know what to say. I got a score of 94 and then got gamesied.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
Our first really hot animation. This is many things over our previous games. First off, it's animated pretty well, there's music, and it doesn't distract from the sex. And most of all, voice acting. Makes this go from, yeah, pretty good to really fucking good. Good job, .executables on the animation, and good job Nori Oriaki on the voice. One criticism I can levy is the fact that the eyes look really fucking weird. But overall, this is the best piece of lewd content we've seen, and it's not even close. A very classic top-down bullet hell. You play as John going through 4 levels based off the lanes from the comics. The first 2 are easy, even someone like me beating them first try. If those 2 are easy, then the next 2 should... Well, eventually I win with my own death bomb, which means I technically did it. Then we get to Dave's land. Well, he sends out some gears at you because he's a dick, but of course, it's not too... Yeah, this one is awful. I can't beat this. It's simply too much moving too fast. Maybe someone better than me can do it, but I can't. This is overall still really well done, and all around, I recommend it highly, if you're into bullet hells, or I guess Tuhu, or Tauhao, or Tuhao? Whatever it's pronounced. A game where you click on bro to make him make a kissy face. That's it. Okay. While it does say and look like a character creator, it is mostly a dress-up game, but also still a character creator. It's fine. Here's my Jade Blood awful bitchy. Technically it counts, it's all 6. A sprite dress-up game with a good amount of assets and a lot of fucking shirts. All are pretty well done, except the troll horns, which look to be low-quality crops rather than high-quality rips. But almost everything here works pretty damn well and mostly fits together. While the assets are most certainly stolen, it's not bad by a long shot. And here's my OC, Hingle Dingle. They hate their name and is a snooty bitch. A fuck ton of options, but so little character to work with. Impressive how much stuff there is, but is held back by how tiny the character is. Here is my OC, Julius Barton. They are a whore. A lot of clothing options with snap-on clothing, so you don't have to guess where to put the clothes. Art's good, I guess. What do you want me to fucking say about this? It has music, but you know, it's a standard dress-up game. A good amount of options, mostly in tops and pants. The fact that the eyes, eyebrows, and mouths are all separate is good, but the horns only being in pairs is disappointing. Also, I don't know why, but I really like the way the hair is drawn for some reason. It's overall okay. Here's my OC, Brent. He is racist and constantly in gray face. You know, pulling a real Jane. I spent like 10 minutes trying to get this to work, before trying Microsoft Edge eventually, and it magically working. It's simply the beginning of Act 1, but you click on some stuff. However, if you pick the Portuguese option as your language, then...
Jovem está em seu quarto. Acontece que hoje, dia 13 de abril de 2009...
You get voice acting, and it's very obviously like a 13-year-old, but God, I love hearing voice acting even if I can't understand any of it. It's just like this very human thing, I think, of hearing someone who is like not a voice actor doing voice acting or a read over that I just find beautiful. And the Portuguese, honestly, the Portuguese really brought me back around after fumbling by only having translations of official pages. Good job, guys. You were saved by the 13-year-old. Pretty well done character generator with a lot of options, and since it's editable, this could work really well as a springboard for character writing. Like, if you need some side character but can't think of anything, roll it until something catches your eye. Take that bit and write away. I wouldn't use it personally, but someone might get something out of it. This is someone's fan comic, and I love the art being very 2012. It's then surprise invaded by a white woman to explain the context I just gave you. Shit, maybe it's a good comic. I don't know. I don't know why, but this one makes me deeply uncomfortable for some reason. Out of all of these, I saw this and felt like someone was about to stab me in the back. Besides that, it's fine. It's just the girls, and you put clothes on them. That's it. It's perfectly average. Nothing special. But the art is just dread-inducing for some reason. Anyway, here's my OC Aradia. She's a time player and a ghost, and has a robot body. Same as the last one, with less characters. Here's my OC, Jade Harley. She's from the future and is Vegeta's kid. She kills Frieza and knows how to go Super Saiyan. She's the best fucking character, dude. I'm running out of things to say. I guess it's funny that everyone is a compressed JPEG. Also, I missed the mouths completely, which is funny, but not really. Anyway, this is not my OC. You walk back and forth to catch boon dollars. There is an ending, but this is so boring that I don't care. There is no lose state. It doesn't matter. Never mind, here's the winning image.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
I thought this was going to be a visual novel, like the hit game Meat and Fuck Kingdom, which this is obviously a reference to, but it's just a still that you strip, nothing like Meat and Fuck Kingdom. But the art is pretty good, but it's honestly nothing, it's just a woman. It's just a walk around of page 700. That's it. It's pretty cool, but like, whatever. Not much to say. It is an RPG maker, so I guess that's interesting. It's a shipping wall with many good options for characters. Using sprites and such, Not much to say on it, but if you need like a buildable shipping wall, this is pretty cool. Anyway, here is my totally real and very cool shipping wall. So this is a very incomplete menu, some placeholder stuff and not much else, but you can pick between some trolls and pre-scratch ancestors. You can't see Kankery, just sends you to the title screen. Then you get to Carcat, and then...
We examine the planet Alternia. Somewhere on this planet, there is a young troll. This young troll stands in his respite block. It just so happens that today, the 12th bilunar perigee of the 6th dark season's equinox, is the day of this young troll's larval awakening, also known as his wriggling day. Though it was 6 solar sweeps ago he was given life, it is only today he will be given a name.
Yes! Yes! More voice acting! Let's see more. Fuck, it's just the menu. I'm gonna fucking die. Rare Kirby Starball 2, give me more. I need it, despite you probably not being able to, because it's probably been a while, but I'm not, like, checking how long it's been since you made this. I don't know why, but this art style that the character creator has, in my head, is the predominant, this is what everyone was doing at the time. I don't know why, but it just is. While it is mostly canon stuff, it does have enough original stuff to carry it. Here's my OC, Joles Stutka. He's a detective on Alternia who had to kill his own wife due to an order from the top, but is now trying to take the system down from the inside, with a lot of bullets. It's a dress-up game with just canon stuff going on, kinda. But it doesn't matter, and fuck me, I just made myself when I was 13. God damn it, I look like my own me. It's a short comic about naming this troll, and this girl from 2012 thinks she's so funny when she's obviously not. But clicking to continue broke, and I had to use forward. It's fine, especially for this kind of like test run type thing. It's Wordle, but for Homestuck, and you can see, I am the expert. It's a project to watch characters brighten and rotate a little bit. Yeah, like, that's it. There they are, brightening and rotating. It's a dating sim where if you go with Tavros' interests, you get his number, but the date is called off after like 3 lines of back and forth. But if you're flirty in a way that sounds like a dick move, you get to play Pokemon. It's fucked up. No wonder the creator won't be doing any more of these. And them moving on is actually a good thing. My autistic ass could never do more of this. Alright, now that we're past the Homestuck section, let's take a little intermission. I originally got this game because I wanted my Mirror's Edge itched, and it did a mostly fine job. It's pretty fun, and decently scary, especially during the phone chase sequence. For the gameplay itself, it's okay. It's a bit too floaty, and you can miss jumps in a way that you really can't in Mirror's Edge. I also really dislike the swinging poles. They're the worst case of this. They depend on your actual momentum, and if you let go, it can send you in whatever direction it feels like. The slide sending you at 100 miles per hour feels weird and almost bad, but is good for speedrunning and can still be decently fun despite my problems. Grinding also just feels out of place here. You get a speed boost and there's not really any mechanical depth to it. You just hit the thing and you go. When it comes to being mascot horror, I feel like we vibe on the same wavelength. We both understand the genre isn't actually scary, except for very specific situations. Also, I think we both hate it. I think this hates mascot horror even more than I do. I mean, if it's a game and I'm just a whiny bitch on the internet, I mean, it makes fun of Rainbow Friends, so we're chill. So it's all about the spectacle rather than the scare. Also, the final boss going... followed by the bass drop, made me laugh out loud and pause the game because of it. If it's on purpose, then this is the goddamn funniest thing. If this is to make 13-year-olds go into comment sections and type, "Oh, that moment was so hard, bro," It's still pretty funny. It's a pretty good game, but requires improvements in some areas, and the visuals are also off, but I can't really fit that in anywhere. But I still recommend you go play it. Just go play Mirror's Edge instead. Honestly, it's a way better game. Mirror's Edge is just amazing. But I'm still interested in whatever the dev makes next. A game where you wiggle on the pogo. I don't know actually how to get points. I'll just get points sometimes. But there is a leaderboard. Wonders who names are on... Oh. You poke and rub Karkat in a menagerie of ways. I thought there was a way to kiss him, but for some reason you can't kiss him and not piss him off. Along with that, touching his horns completely sets him off. A strange game, but I assume everyone who claims him as their husbando must be very happy. Also, they talked about people in cosplay playing it. That's a weird thing to... I feel like I need to specify that I'm Spade Slick because I went to a convention in this outfit with the eye patch and the gun, and 2 people dressed up as fan trolls didn't recognize me, and I'm still beat up about it. Same as the Karkat one, but is worse. Worse in both the way it's interaction, and worse in its art. But you can violently pull on his cheek back and forth. You can't even lip kiss him, only cheek kisses. 0 out of 10. It straight up doesn't work. Sorry if you were excited for this one. I can't figure it out. Oops. A simple top-down shooter in which you explode-shoot Tinkerballs. You know, those things from that one porn game from earlier. It's fine. Missing music and sound effects hurts. But besides that, it's a simple test game they made. I liked it. Could be good if it had some added stuff. Alright, I can't beat this game, and I have no clue on how to get the big fish. But besides that, the first thing that stands out is the amazing pixel art, some gorgeous landscapes, and the general design of everything is amazing. Besides that, you play as Joey from Hiveswap, who is trying to escape an island with birds. You talk to the birds and it's mildly funny, very much written like Homestuck. There's some lore for this story I know nothing about. The puzzles are okay, and just fetch quests and talking to people. Oh yeah, you have a second character who's Anon, who for some reason is like a person who actually exists like that. Also, you can check your inventory, but the fleshlight makes me not want to check it that often. And yes, I did not beat the game, as I could not figure out who was strong enough to get the big fish. So sorry about that. My main complaint is the lack of music. Some stuff from the Homestuck soundtrack could have worked really well here, but a lack of music is so common that it's not even that bad. Overall, I highly recommend this game, especially if you like point-and-click adventure games. Go play it. You play as John, who gets boosted by these glowing white dots. This would be much more fun if you could control the character with your keyboard rather than with your mouth. Along with that, the difficulty never escalates, so you can only lose due to incompetence or exhaustion. While I am being rude, it's still a fun time killer I can recommend if you need some simple game to play. It's a clock. Either normal or god tier. Still just a clock. You click on his face and he says, "Hey." That's it. There is no game. You click on John and Karkat to pair them up while avoiding Jack. You can have a max of 4 of each character in the side box. If you don't get one of them into the box, then you lose a tries. Big problem with this. If you're unlucky, you can literally enter a lose state, which happened to me, as Karkat wouldn't spawn for extended periods of time. It could be much better with some number tweaking. John can only run and jump in the void. It's got good sprite work. If you jump, you send John to hell, where he deserves to burn. Cut Aridin in half while avoiding the matriorbs. This is not hard at all. and it's not infinite, and you can click one Eridan multiple times for a lot of score. This could be good, but unfortunately isn't there yet. Another dress-up game. It's got good clothing, but due to the literal low-quality images it uses, along with most of her outfits being one piece, hampers the amount of creativity on display here, which is disappointing. Also has the same sticky clicking issue as older Donna May games. The art is mostly good, the main dress-up scene having the best of it, a good selections of outfits to see. My main problem with this outfit, and the fact your outfit choices don't change the redrawn clown hunting panel. But besides that, it's very okay. Glad to see a dress-up game messing with the formula. A cute little thing. Has music and rose, so double points. Pretty good costumes, with some that are two pieces and oh god, stop! What are you doing? Stop! No! Very standard affair that lets you do a lot of different stuff and is generally well done. Not buggy or anything, which is good. This is Kanaya the day after her and Rose stench up the neighborhood. This has got a very cute art style. Good options, but damn, she's built like a dump truck, and also those fucking... It's got 6 options and some face options. It's fine, but I literally feel nothing looking at this. But they said it's disappointing, so I can too. By God, that is cute. This is nothing, but I do love this. Also, it says that there's no release date, and the DeviantArt somehow has a single drawing? Very disappointing. Wish I knew which event this was about. Preamble. This is not the text-based porn game with a very similar name. I'll be reviewing that next episode. And this is one of the oldest games, only being beaten out by a few others. On to the review. First off, holy shit, this art is really good. Expressive and very well done. Full of life and emotion. Just that good shit. Their DeviantArt is alive and active, even if they don't draw Homestuck anymore. But besides that, they also draw furry porn, which gives them plus 10 points. Then, the writing, which for a reader response comic done in a day, is pretty well done and properly funny. Also, only 2.5 slurs. Not too bad for 2010. But yeah, all the characters feel in character, and I was enjoying it, and not wanting to put it down at 3 AM or so. This gets a big recommendation from me. Go read it. It's good. Strobe warning! Kick the bouncer, then kick the whore, and victory will be yours. But yeah, avoid the 2 squares and you'll be good. And yes, this game is very hard. Also, you kick with your hand for some reason. Also, pressing E automatically wins you the game. But I did get it for real. Sorry if I'm scattershot, this game messed with my head. Walk around a crusty version of what I think is the Mother 1 map. I seriously don't know what to make of this. It's just odd. Whatever. Three conversations that this troll is in, and I don't remember any of them. One is obsessed with them, he's angry at another, and confused with one more. Something like that. I will say, this has very high quality visual assets, so good on them for that. Same as last time, but the Heart Girl has some more conversation. Our troll likes them obviously more than the others. I do hate these typing quirks.
And they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
I think I made myself clear. See you later, nerds. This hood better be clean when I get back, or I'ma smack a bitch.
I think I speak for everyone here when I say I have the weirdest boner right now.
Say your goodbyes, lard ass, because you're already dead. changed my mind. Please don't touch him. Porno, please. Look at all my fins already.
Nope. This is too much fun.
No.
You are the one who told me to touch them. Your fins are really sensitive, huh?
Being an ally isn't what you think.
It's not enough I love girl on girl?
Okay, give me your password.
My password?
Out with it.
Oral cum shot.
Oral cum shot? Yeah, that fits.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
Yeah, this is the best one. Sorry everyone else who's made porn, you can't match this. It's got clean art, its dialogue is well written, and it's got clean art. It's really fucking good. The only thing that's missing is some music, but BlazBlue works fine. But yeah, the trickster dialogue is great. It's funny along with every other character being written well. Maybe I'm high off my ass right now, but I don't know, I just really liked this one. Also, she loses the invisibility ring because she was fingering herself. Thought that was important to bring up. I thought Roxy originally was going to go trickster and end in a fuck pile, but it ended differently from how the comic does, in which they turned back to non-trickster and then entered into a fuck pile. It's pretty good. Caliborn and Arania are here for some reason. Woo! A game by the person who made Mr. Tambourine Man, so of course, this story about Jane, who is boring, is going to be really fucking good. Alright, after completing the first ending, this is fucking amazing. Like, holy shit, it's well written, it's dark, it's funny, it's just the fucking ending, dude, holy shit, it's so good. I really need to read Mr. Tambourine Man if it's even half as decent onto this. Alright, I don't feel like searching for all 5.5 endings, because you get the second ending from doing the thing that usually blows your head up, just in a different spot, and your head doesn't blow up. You break free from the Condes's control, get stabbed to death, and then talk to Calliope. It's about as good, and the use of previous gameplay elements is pretty interesting. This is overall a great project, and I highly recommend you go play it. And find the other endings, and tell me how to get them on Twitter or something. I don't know, I just really need to read Mr. Tambourine Man. There's some hills and you jump around. The ledges are glitchy. When you jump while bouncing, you bounce really high. So, with proper timing, you can go infinitely high. It's just panels from Homestuck in which they have music superimposed over them, cause hell yeah. Autistic as hell, you know, takes one to know one. Pretty good choices all things considered. I especially like the Kanaya panel, that's a good one. You run around and jump. It's a test. What do you want me to say about it? It's Chibietto. I am forever in love with their art and gay German passion. Well, it said it had voice acting, but there is none. It's a test and the writing is good. I'm glad someone pointed out Jake and John look the exact same. Also, this is supposed to have music, but that also doesn't work, which is a great loss and makes me sad to no end. More of a real game, where you switch between John, Jake, and Dirk. Dirk slashes but has no jump. John can jump high but doesn't attack, and Jake jumps low but can shoot. You want to clear all the stuff for each character, but I couldn't figure out how to get Jake to shoot the tree targets, so I do not care. I'm sorry, Chibietto, but I just can't this time. Ooh, a magic 8-ball. Ooh, can I read this next game? Well, fuck me, I guess. I guess I'll just kill myself. Besides the obvious, the art here is really well done and has a lot of charm to it, and is also really cute. There's a lot of art here, so it being consistently good is really good. I assume the writing's good, maybe, but weirdly enough, there's no Vriska, but that's fine. She's a huge bitch anyway. Yeah, I don't know why it's just the dev name, but whatever. It's a walk-around with quite a bit of interactables. You play as a human living on Alternia, as the troll that helped you died a while ago. So, you leave to make a sandwich by killing monsters like Geralt or whatever. There's a lot of dialogue in the house, and it really fills you in on the guy. Also, the art is good. The sprite work is funny, but I do like Maritime Melancholy's work, and recommend you go follow them and read their MSPFA, How Little We Know. Also, they make some great porn, really high-class stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot, but the music is also good. This person's personal ships. Got some good art and some really good ideas, but this really isn't anything, just an art collection. Additionally, not really anything to do with this game, I was annoyed that there's no interactive shipping charts, like the one we talked about earlier. So I was going to wait and make a real one, based off a fanfic that I'm writing, but since there aren't any shipping charts that I can make coming in the future, I'm just gonna give you this. Hope you hate it. So, we'll start with Karkat. He's the easiest to explain. He used to have a red romance with Solix, but it had to break apart because they disagreed on how the rebellion should be run and how Karkat fits into it. So they broke that apart. Too high tensions for the feelings to be there anymore. He's pale with Aridin because they're very good at keeping each other like under like emotional control, so that's good. He's red with Nepeta because they used to have a thing together, and because many years have passed since Alternia, they decided to try it again. Aridin has a black romance with Kanaya because he fucked over Solix and Kanaya back on Alternia. Solix way more, of course, but still fucked them both over. But was able to effectively and actually apologize to Kanaya, who accepted it, and now they kind of have like a rivalry trying to make each other stronger type thing going on. Solix is red with Aradia because he needs someone. I don't actually have anything for Tavros. I just kind of drew these lines because I don't know, but I feel like it would work. Aradia pale for Tavros, and Equius red for Tavros, and then Aradia and Equius have black romance together, kind of hate fucking type shit, you know how it is. Kanaya has a pale romance with Friska because they used to have something, but then it broke apart, and then years later, so they're figuring some stuff out. I have been thinking about giving Friska and Karkat a black romance, having Friska trying to make him like stronger, and Karkat helping her become emotionally stronger, kind of like doing it in a competitive way. I have been thinking, trying to figure out how to get Karkat into an auspicious, but honestly, I don't know. But it would be good for the Night of Blood to have all 4 quadrants filled out. And then Terezi is pining hard after Karkat because she is depressed and suicidal and desperately needs someone. So yeah, that's the connections. Cool. A quick little fan comic in which a troll blows some guys up and then gets broken up with. And they take it so well you'd think these people weren't even trolls. But it's fine. It's very cute, and the singing at the end was truly beautiful. I want flashback. A fan comic about some Dancestors getting hurt. Arania being the Doctor is way funnier than it has any right to be. Besides that, the art and pacing is really well done, and despite my hatred for these 10 assholes who call themselves the Dancestors, this is still very cute, and I did enjoy it. Finally, some Midnight Crew. His teeth creep me the hell out. Its dialogue is good, but uses fuck slightly too much. Vivzy pop joke here. There isn't much to say except there is 3 things you can interact with: the door, the map, and the carpet, and then you get soft locked. Could have been better if it was finished, but development stopped in 2011, so I don't think it's going to be finished. Hey, remember that person from near the beginning? Yeah, they're back, and their knees glow. Also, the next game is the same one, so ignore that. Yeah, I have nothing to say about this one, besides hot OC. Some random goth lady dress up. Yeah, I thought this was like Harry Potter Rose, but no, it's just some girl. Also, hoof feet. The guy from Friend Sim gets a dress up, lots of options and done in Ren'Py for some reason, but the art style is nice and the options here let you do lots of stuff. Pretty good stuff. So this has 4 ships, and they're all pretty good, but John Jake is bad for obvious reasons. But it was for a friend of theirs, so I'm not gonna give a shit. Anyway, you drop hearts onto the characters, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty much just good art to look at. Also, Equus Jade is such a cracked ship that I can't help but love it. Hell yes. Alright, so you play as this guy and fly around the rocks while collecting grist. It's not hard since he goes as fast as your mouse does. It's not hard, but I am greedy, so I lose. You randomize your character, setting, problem, and resolution. I assume this is some role-playing type thing, where you have to explain how this all works together or something. My last one is the good shit. Also, what the fuck is BroQuest? It's a clock. Anyway, sprite work is nice. Pretty cute art style, and a good selection of clothes. All around, pretty good, besides the low resolution. You click shoot and she shoots. It's not even really an animation. It's just the sprite going at a 45-degree angle for a few frames. You hover over some of them, and then they show you some mildly funny edits. That is all. You control Calliope's hand and her eyebrows. I do not understand this game, or why it's called Omegle. It's just kinda confusing. Holy shit, this is so fucking good. This is the best thing I've played so far. Everything else pales in comparison to this, despite me not really comparing them. So, it's on par or even above a lot of Friend Sim roots. So, it's a Friend Sim fanfic, so essentially a fanfic. You wake up in a cave with a phone with no memories. You call the only number on the phone, and the finest, the comic agrees with me, troll answers, and there's a really fun back and forth between you and her. I don't want to give too much away, since this is both really well written, the build up to the emotional bit is well done and pays off and answers some mysteries, while keeping plenty in the air to keep you interested. This has great art. I mean, just look at your not phone. It has great music, every troll is hot, every single one of them. Along with that, it ends on a really nice note, setting up for the other volumes and concluding in on itself. I can't wait to review the others in a video. Well, if there were any. This is too good to be the only one. This is just too fucking good. This is perfection. This is the best thing. The artist also makes Homestuck porn? Hell to the fuck to the yes! Anyway, I do hope that this continues at some point, but with the obvious effort on display here, it's gonna take a while. The last update was in 2024, so maybe there is some hope for what is a genuinely intriguing story that is extremely well written. Main problem is the puzzle. It's just tedious, but does have the one benefit of introducing the future trolls. But damn, this shit is so fucking good. Please go play it. Read it and be slightly annoyed the next volume will take a while. Don't harass the fucking artist. Also, I follow them on all their socials, so I hope they're freaked out when Appley Apple follows them on 4 different platforms. I would like to apologize, but Gay by Heart is not a porn parody, but a joke sequel to the bad ending. I am sorry for this. Play by Heart is really fucking good. The writing is very well done, and while not consistent at all, it is still well drawn, especially with Roxy. The only time the art switching hurts the experience is the kiss, which drastically switches from its normal art style to a different one, and probably would have looked better with the original artist. The music is just a selection of Homestuck tracks, I think. As for the story, this takes place in a Mafia AU. Sorry, no fat skeletons here. Dirk is a part of the Midnight Crew and is tasked with killing Jake. He collects his weapons, for some reason, not a katana. Why does he fucking mention it? Then, some gay hijinks happen, yada yada, Caliborn is here, and is great, but has a very odd posture. Then some stuff happens, you eat what pumpkin, then dance with Caliborn, then it's revealed that this isn't a Mafia AU, but in fact, Jake is in a dream. Yeah, that also caught me off guard, and the katana reference now makes way more sense. Then you shoot Jake, ending the dream with both of them waking and kissing a second time. I love this shit. Pre-legal gay marriage, by the way. But yeah, there's 2 other endings and I don't care to see, but this was a very lovely experience. I recommend this for sure. An absolute blast of a game. Glad we could have 2 good games in a row. You poke Solix like the earlier games. This one is better than the other Solix game because you make him horny and then I come. It's great. Poke Kankri to make him blush, shut up, and get fat. Yeah, that's it. This is Donna May's most recent dress-up game, and you can tell. The game isn't as buggy, the art is much better, and shows obvious improvement. Clothing is just on point with this one. Overall, a much stronger showing to their previous works. I also feel like I've been way too mean to them, so I'm sorry about that. I also checked their DeviantArt account, and while their last posts were in 2016, their art looks much better on canvas than in digital. I really hope they're doing well. A simple game where you place down the same turret to blast purple things. It doesn't tell you visually how strong they are, so you just spam turrets until you win. The counters glitch out, and a lack of audio really harms it. The cacophony of a tower defense is gone. But overall, as a test, this does have potential. Our oldest and most official game so far, sorry Slunk, it also doesn't work due to anything related to Homestuck being dead. It's just shady sites. I assume it's supposed to make punch cards out of anything, but it doesn't, so you can't really review this. It would be cool if it didn't try and give me a virus. It's GeoGuessr, but for the r/place mural, technically related to Homestuck, as there is a Homestuck drawing pictured here. Homosuck. But this is just overall pretty cool. The game itself is simple. You get a zoomed in spot, and then you have to click on where that spot is. Simple as that, pretty fun. It's more of a character generator than a land generator. It makes the land, class spect, interests, strife specubus, what you alchemized, chum handle, and what your consorts are. It's pretty in-depth, but overall, just a starting point for your writing, or as a cool commodity. I still think it's interesting, but as with all character generators, I wouldn't personally use it. A cute little back and forth with the fan troll. There are multiple endings, but if you're a bit silly, you'll be in his good graces. This is unfortunately the bad dubstep, not the good shit like Scream, Burial, DMZ, and Shackleton. Although I'm starting to move outside of a review and just telling you to go listen to old school dubstep. Also, I do think the troll looks good. An MS Paint tier character creator. It's actually very competent and features way more than you'd expect, including fringes for the hair. But if this is bad, then here's my bad troll. Jondic. He's blind and no one likes him. While under normal circumstances, I would give this no second thought, the fact that there are multiple crop top options is great. I love crop tops on me or on other people, and this alien girl is no different. I don't know what to... Hey, it's Road. Everyone say hi, Road. Good job. Very simple. Click the objects to get a description about them. It's pretty well written and gives you a good idea of the character. Great job. See you never, since this is your last game. Good grief, she's naked. Glad Kanaya's in here, they'd be stinking the place up. Oh, god damn it. Besides that, it's okay. Nothing special, but anti-aliased Rose is weird. A simple infinite runner where you play as Rose has some good stuff like being able to jump despite being on the edge, although I assume that's an accident, but I'm still gonna compliment it. Also, I love Rose's sprite, looks like she's about to fucking lose it.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
Our final Crow game, and this is especially confusing. While it's the standard affair of 3 options and being gay, there is also a picture of Rufio's ass for some reason, despite the ass having no interactivity. So it's there like it's Hitman 3. What the fuck did I mean by that? I like Hitman 3. Move John's bed and Cruxtruder around. You can also beat the shit out of John with both items. Maybe some secret early build of the Genesis project. Honestly, makes sense since this seems to be getting updates as frequently as the Genesis project does. It's a beautiful recreation of Spurb and Flash, a genuine... Nah, I'm fucking with you, it's Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. You gotta save the babe, do a quick time event, and beat Jeremy. I think that's his name, I'm not gonna check. Genuinely surprised there's no audio. And it's funny that Jeff does have his own unique sprites, while Bro doesn't. A demo for one of the walkarounds, probably dated post-Undertale, but I have no clue when this was actually made. But yeah, it for sure is a Homestuck walkaround. Woo, good job Alexis, woo! It's just Doodle Jump with the beta kids. Didn't get past Rose since I don't fuck with these kinds of games, but I assume the red and green backgrounds are gonna be awesome. Little cute thing to play, but nothing beyond the novelty and seeing the other characters. A neat mock-up for what a Spurb menu might look like. Overall interesting and very tactile, which is important for this kind of menu, but I think the music holds it back a little. I think only the menu sounds would be a bit better than menu sounds and the music. Short little introduction to an original character. It was made for a programming class, and its rating is pretty good honestly, and works for what it is. I also like the card knife bit, really good problem sleuth callback. Just a character select for a comic called Circuit Bent. I'm not gonna read it, but flipping through it, it does seem pretty good, and like it would be an enjoyable time. I also like the troll design. That's good. You select either Communism, full of Chibietto's own art, or Pumpkin Patch, with Chibietto's own art. Why was I phrasing that like it was 2 different artists? Anyway, but it's just a simple matching game. Pick the 2 same pictures and you'll get a full art piece, and honestly, there's something beautiful about this. Just seeing all this passion and love they have, just resting here, something that could have easily have been lost. I don't know why, but it just makes me feel something. Is it simple? Yes. But most importantly, it's human. It's some gay German showing their love for characters they love. Also, this is their last game, so I'm allowed to get sappy and sentimental about artists that I like. I hope they return one day and allow their art to shine once more. Oh wait, never mind, they posted on Instagram not that long ago. Goat has returned, or I guess, has never left. You've been tasked with shush-papping Gamzee into Moira Elgins. And it's definitely not hard at all, but eventually I get it. I don't know, metaphorically fuck Gamzee? Something like that. You play Dave high-fiving John while avoiding balls of yarn. Yeah, I don't know why there's balls of yarn. I do really like the art for it. Looks pretty good and smooth as hell. The music is also banging, but cuts out a little too early for my liking, but honestly ignorable. There's also a DMC style ranking system. I only got a C because I suck. but one problem I have is with the clap noise. I don't like it. Sounds like something out of a mediocre Arrow game. Another bullet hell where you play as a dragon blasting other dragons out of the air. Pink ones die instantly, while the other two take longer. The music is also really good and gets me hyped as hell. Also, the art is well done. Then the boss fight with the double-headed killer whale dragon. You dodge its balls and beams and take it down, getting a very funny cutscene. What am I supposed to say? This is great. Solix makes you guess a number between 1 and 100 and gives you 10 tries. This feels like it would be hard to lose, but it's a class project with characters they like, which is cute and something I've done, so yeah. Standard small walk around except for a few things. It's not arrow keys or WASD, but RDFG. Also, you can only walk in the direction you're facing, which made me think it was straight up broken. But besides that, I like how Sora is drawn. Fucking hell, why'd you have to make it the only direction you're fucking facing? Why is it goddamn tank controls? Like shitty tank controls. You play as a grammarmatician. You must save the people by making them talk correctly. It's pretty fun and the art is cute, as expected. And I suck at grammar, as expected. However, sometimes it's not a grammar mistake, but is in fact just speaking properly. Which is odd, but whatever. It's grammar and speaking like a real upperclassman. Who cares? Look at this funny face. Yeah, I'm sorry TJ, but this game feels like ass. The music and lighting is really good, Clark Powell is always a great choice, but first off, one hand on the keyboard and one hand on the mouse for a platformer is fucking disgusting. Second off, the movement feels like ass. Flash step is useless since it goes a long ass distance and only horizontally. Also, walking and jumping doesn't feel good. The hitbox always gets caught on everything, making maintaining momentum almost impossible. This game needs another go. It could work, just not in this state. I'm sorry, but you've gotta try again. This is a turn-based RPG, well, more aptly turn cringe. Since you can only attack, block/heal, and run, the system rewards grinding weaker fights rather than risking stronger ones because your heal reduces XP earned for some fucking reason. I do like the progression itself, going from weak enemies such as imps to stronger enemies such as Dave, and even stronger ones such as Solix, ending in John's best ship is great. Overall, this did take me over an hour to beat. I accidentally paused it for a while, it's fine. It's boring, but as the description says, it's basic. Fuck, it's a school project, no wonder it's so thin and has awful balance. Now I'm just a jerk, like I've been with everything else. I think I'm just an asshole. A simple, low, pixel-by-pixel strife. I wouldn't have much to say about this, besides the fact she tases the imp and has the Eurobeat Brony song playing. The original, not the Living Tombstone version. It doesn't even have music. That's like base level shit. I'm sorry, Doritos. I want you to try again. I know you're better than this. You click on the swag and he Bowser fart gifts his way with Christmas music. What? What the fuck did I write? Anyway, I don't have much to say about this. It broke me laughing when I let it play for 20 seconds. Also, there's a second one that's not Christmas themed. Here it is. It's actually way cooler, if I'm gonna be honest. Create your own shit, bro. So many options, not enough stairs. weirdly high quality assets, no obvious artifacting, which is surprising on multiple levels. Besides that, it's very functional with way more options than it should have in all honesty. But I like that. Effort went into this to make it perfectly shitposty. Thanks, Luke. Also, here's my character. A very sweet fan comic that someone made for their friend's birthday. It goes on for way longer than you'd think, and while basic, if someone made something like this for me, I would cry. After complimenting their newest piece, I now have to play their oldest game. It's literally low quality, as some others are, not in the art department, just in the JPEG artifacting. Along with that, I made Tavros dress like someone I would hate. Also, the mouse sticking issue is still here, or I guess started here. Also, I didn't switch his hair because he didn't deserve it. Also, just read the description, and apparently they were going to the zoo that day, so it makes sense on why it was probably so JPEG crusty. The tiger ate it. Small dress-up game they made for an RP, which is above and beyond what I think anyone would expect for that kind of thing. Despite that praise, it's pretty basic, just 3 things to change, with only 2 really mattering. Simple Homestuck sprite art, nothing to write home about, but still impressive. A simple dress-up game, and like their Kanaya game from so long ago, there are secrets when you full screen the game, and yes, you know exactly the joke I'm gonna do. Terezi gets double fucked by Vriska and Karkat, she's got 2 hands and an indeterminate amount of holes. She's got this. Why the fuck did I write that? What the fuck was with me? Oh yeah, it also has music, which is rad. Toby did great work on Alternia Bound, like legitimately. I'm playing this at 2 AM and have no idea what iframe means in this context. What the fuck is going on? Why is the music and sprite work so good? What the hell is going on? But yeah, cool test, Joella, whoever you are. A short and sweet platformer in which you play as the mayor collecting pumpkins for the male person I can't remember the name of. It ends with a good old what pumpkin joke. It controls pretty well, with my problems being that the mayor moves a bit slower than I'd like, but besides that, this is a pretty fun game and would recommend playing it as a quick distraction. Also, it's got music from The Wanderers. Hell yeah! This game does not work on Flashpoint, but besides that, is a very good character creator. Lots of options for everything you'd need. And while I'm not crazy for sprite stuff like this, I still do like what's going on. Don't know how much of this is stolen assets versus created assets, but I still like it, despite some of the horns not lining up. While there are others I prefer, this is definitely a good character creator. This is my character Dylans. He's a butler for a high-class cerulean blood, he hates his job, but is in super debt, and is also getting in a conspiracy far larger than him or his master. He will fuck his master, but this is a safe for work section, so I won't continue. Not like I said Terezi would get double fucked like less than 2 minutes ago. It took me a second to figure out how this game works. You run it, then click some keys to make the loudest, most obnoxious human honking I've ever heard. What the fuck? It's cool and new webcomic, but for Hive Swap. You play as Joe and are on the look for Fruity Pebbles. There are some really good jokes here. Way too many Undertale references, full of Don't Call Me Radiation's leitmotifs. Wait, why is that flashback excerpt? What the fuck? Then you get an amazingly animated cutscene. Then Tauhao. Then another great cutscene. Then some walking. then a lore dump from non-sans, you brutally kill not sans, lose it a little, then the game ends. This is really good, has a good sense of timing and pace throughout the whole thing, consistently shitty, which is what I'm here for, and of course, chair. Go play this, along with Act 2 that apparently exists. I'm not playing that unless you slide me $5 behind the Denny's, even then I might ask for some heroin on top. Oh yeah, the credits. It's Cookie Clicker, well, I guess the Prestige Tree, not Cookie Clicker, and Homestuck smashed together. I'm keeping this short, and despite only playing it for a minute, I actually played it a lot when I started this project because I had already played it. But do know, it's just an idle game, could be fun to keep on the side, but I don't really care. It's fun, but I'm not in the mood for idle games right now. I'm right now the opposite of idle, so eventually I'll go play Act 1. But yeah, go play this, it's good.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
While under some circumstances I would play all of these for the bit, right now I don't care and will just play the Homestuck games. This is the Homestuck, but no Homestuck. It's got Homestuck, but it's not about Homestuck. So let's get it going. First is Friska pregnancy. You can talk and poke her, but you might be asking, how do you make her pregnant? Well, you click her horns. The normal one increases, the hook one decreases. Every so often, you'll get new dialogue, but I only checked the poking one because I forgot and I'm not going back. Second, we've got Jade Harley poke. We did this one. Roll the voice clip. Woo! Yeah! Wow! Woo! Yeah! Thirdly, we've got Roxy. It's the same as the Jade one, but way fatter and with way more interactivity and better animation, including a whole stomach rubbing system. Then finally is Roxy again. It's way looter with full-on Roxy getting wet from you touching her, but besides that, I dislike her look here way more than the original. This could be hot, but like, I don't find fat fetish stuff and pregnancy that hot. I don't know, call me fatphobic and an antinatalist, but this shit does not turn me on. But yeah, way more stuff here than these four. A cute little puzzle point-and-click dating sim thing. You play as Nepeta, who has been invited to tea time with Terezi. She doesn't have tea, so you go and find it, and yada yada, you get the tea stuff, and make the tea with the stuff you collected, and then Terezi makes out with Nepeta. Everyone is happy. The art style, while crude, is very nice for some reason. I really like it. This feels like this was made with love. It's charming is what I mean. Nothing but good vibes come from this, and confirm that dead Daves are the enemies is mostly stolen art, which is okay. But yeah, go and play this. But I guess I spoiled the prize. My bad. You hover over the CDs and get hit with hussy references, and that's it. They're all X'd out. The one at the bottom, this one leads to this file garden link. What does it mean? I don't know, but this is more similar to the Spamton sweepstakes than Homestuck. You watch little Homestuck guys bounce around and they say things. I don't really get this. You can feed them to make them multiply, you can use the ball to group them together, you can change the background, and you can make them stop. The art is nice, and there is a lot of it, because everyone is here. Is this a stim thing? I think this is a stim thing. This is a stim thing, isn't it? Cute little character creator with a good amount of options for everything listed. My main complaint is the fact that to change clothes color, you have to drag it to this box, then click on the arrows to change them individually. Also, they look like the guys from the Mr. Beast video. You know, that one. Yeah. It's a fun little costume thing. All of the characters in different costumes. Solix is a Mexican, Nepeta as Tavros, Karkat in a dress, and whatever the fuck this is. Art's pretty good. Yes, I am salty. A bunch of pretty cool and fairly well-drawn characters for an MSPFA. But when you click on them, such as the Karkat Vriska love child, brings you to a dead Wix link, And also the MSPFA link is dead, which is pretty sad, but thus is the way of the internet. Everything will be lost, like tears in the rain. Our final Donna May game, it's a bit sad, and I've been really mean to her. Her art's not bad, the JPEG compression just makes it look worse than it is. It's competently done, just a bit amateurish, because drawing is really fucking hard. Same problems as the other games. I do hope she comes back to the public to show off what she's made. Oh yeah, also there's very good outfits here. Really good pirate stuff.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
The really weird part about this video is going from stuff like this weird sweet sentimentality to stuff like this. It's like a really weird fucked up sex doll from hell, Silent Hill type shit. No tentacles despite the title. It's just really weird and very off-putting and also very funny. Our final dress-up game, and it had to be this. It's a copy of their own game. Specifically this Kanaya dress-up game. At least Donna May had the decency to draw a new character pose each time. This is just bullshit. I feel cheated. This makes me mad and angry. Call me the angry video game nerd. The art's like, fine. Nothing to write home about. Just kinda sad that this is how we have to end dress-up games.
Have you ever tried to fuck a box?
You know, this game for me is kind of mixed. On one hand, the art and animation are extremely clean and very hot, but on the other hand, the gameplay completely kills it for me. Because to make the good animation and the cum happen, you have to mash click. And while you can do it pretty easily, having one hand clicking in a rhythm and one hand stroking your shit, and the Friska theme blaring in your ear, which isn't the best environment to get off, is this game a hot and among the best in this video? Yeah, obviously, mainly because the competition isn't very tight, but also, its art is pretty good, which is the most important part when your porn game is purely about porn and not making a fulfilling gameplay experience or story. Unlike games like Degrees of Fluidity and Night of Revenge, both far superior games I'll probably have to make videos on. A quick little walk around that I can only describe as Vivzy Pop tries to write like Andrew Hussey. It's like, kinda there, but it's so infatuated with balls and penises that this analogy stops working, I think, maybe. Well, at least there's no rape jokes. The game works fine, but there's not actually a lot to look at. It's fine, I guess. Also, that joke about Vivzy Pop and Andrew Hussey really was the Apollo moment for me, I think. Hussey must walk the silent desert for their crimes. Disgusting. Love the gradient, though. A very short point-and-click adventure game in which you play as the wayward vagabond fighting tyranny. The dialogue is pretty well done and funny. Also, it's lengthy, which is to be expected from this kind of game. There's not much to talk about due to how incomplete it is, but one thing is the music. It drives me insane. Just whack-a-mole. It increases with difficulty with each passing stage, over and over and over. Yeah, so 4 overs before it ends. The lack of music really hurts this game, but as usual, BlazBlue helps. Yeah, I'm going to have to get around to Mr. Tambourine Man. These games have convinced me Oddity Collector is something special, and also really, really based. Go fucking play this game right goddamn now. Holy shit, this is so good. In Who Killed Lovell Hwen, you play as a private eye who has been hired by the mayor to go investigate a murder that took place in a hotel. The 5 people staying there are all witnesses and suspects of the crime. Who did it and why it was done, and why are you forced to rob the corpse? All these questions will be answered. Also, the game takes place on a 90s-ish Earth because they bring up Volvo and Toyota, Louisiana, Eastern Europe, Belfast, and the fucking Troubles. It's amazing. But yeah, this is pretty long, clocking in at around an hour and 30 on my playthrough. It is, overall, a well-written mystery with many twists and turns to keep it interesting. The characters are all very interesting, from the angry Frank to the couple of Ennis and Annie, the cordial Vierdra, and the purple Squeegee, and of course, the innkeeper Ida. They are all interesting characters with well-written personalities and motivations, and plenty of robbing people, which is always welcome in my detective games. Also, with a lack of art, really lets your imagination run wild. It's one of the best detective games out there from a gameplay front due to how open the exploration and questioning is, along with actually solving the mystery. Go fucking play this game right now. It's on itch and you have no excuses to not play it right now. It is a good game and story. Fuck me, dude, it's so fucking good. A remake of the Homestuck page of the same name, and holy shit, this is really good. First off, look at John. Look at the animation quality, his eyes darting back and forth, his arms shifting around, him walking around like a dopey fuck. Also, the atmosphere. Mwah! It's great. Closer to a survival horror game rather than Homestuck, which works very well for the first time of being in Spurb. It's just you there, boy, minus the trickster secret, which is disappointing, but I understand. Overall, this is great, and Caro Rulo and Sanix should be proud of such a well-made remake. God, I need this John model. Fuck. Last game by Zario and last English game, and it's a fucking Spurb menu. Some type of twisted fate. A curse struck into me. But it is what it is, and we can't do anything more than stand tall and hope for tomorrow. Still pretty good art. Still like the designs. Short Russian visual novel with slightly fucked up graphics. I have no clue on what's going on, but I do fuck with the bard's design. Might be good, who knows. Russians do, probably. I would like to apologize to everyone who speaks a Slavic language. I am very sorry for this. Karotia visualnaya novelia ot prebebushnia parnia ponetia ne emu. O cho tam govoretsia. Jene govorio poruski. Noete strane zavershenie. Ili может быть. Samoe zaezjone zavershenie. Here we are. Finally done. Hit the music, baby. All games completed, all games reviewed, either humorously or seriously. But that's it. It's over. That's all. We're done. Nothing else to do. I would never go back on my word. Never, ever. Come on, we're just doing some statistics, right? How many S games, how many dress-up games? Please don't make me do any more. Please, I fucking beg you. Please don't make me do any fucking more. Please, I have a family. Please! Fine. Fucking fine. Let's do all of Homestuck. Every last fucking game. This is actually the Homestuck Alpha, and this shit is so weird. So smooth. Tutorial stuff, the character being 10, such a surreal experience. Would love to have seen this alternate Homestuck. Not even really Homestuck proper, but, you know, I'm still gonna talk about him. You place the cake on the bed for him, instead of it being an animation. Some of these might be out of order or missing. I would like to formally apologize, if that's the case. Additionally, the developer gets muddy here, so yeah, sorry if that's wrong also. The first Strife ever made, and it's better than others we've seen. It has a startup animation, which many miss, and is also funny. One that many miss. Small computer with some programming humor I don't get, along with Pester Chum in all its glory. Clicking on the two tabs gives you some dialogue and a nice little noise. Even if it's made by Hussey, I still hate Spurb menus. Our first real walk-around. I won't say much since we basically just played this, but it's still good. Still has a sense of mystery, but most importantly, it has Trickster mode. Yeah, it's referenced this early. Everything is connected. Dave's Fat Beatmaker 5000. It's just a bunch of beats made by the team, and they line up, which is pretty cool. Overall, a pretty interesting game. However, there's the secret illegal Bill Bolin version. Some controversy happened, and they removed some damn good music, including things on Dave's Fat Beatmaker 5000. Our second stripe of the comic, this one, Rose tries killing herself, holy shit man, still some pretty good holy shit, it's Tana! Funniest one so far, just John falling over is really good. Excellent bit all around. If you remember from a while ago, there was multiple Jane games. This is where the bit of losing over multiple flashes come from. The English version is broken on Flashpoint, so here's the Russian version. You actually control it like a beat 'em up, but you lose too quick. This one works, and is the end of it. You do some Moda stuff and kill the imp, collect the grist, and it ends. Also, crazy catch. That game minus the leaderboard, I think. But yeah, I have no clue on how this works again. Somehow got this. Remember that accordion game? No? Well, okay. But yeah, it's Jade playing the flute in many silly ways, and we love her for that. Unfortunately, this never happens again, because the musical motif was dropped. A bunch of fetch modist, all based on a board game. It's a pretty good joke, but moves away from programming humor unfortunately, which I still don't understand because I'm dumb. Oh yeah, also a very good color selection, very nice colors. A music player with some of my favorite tracks on the soundtrack. A Grieve remix, Potential Verdancy, Crystal Anthemums. These are all very competitive with stuff like Beat Up, Feel Alive, Time on My Side, The Leaving, and Your Universe. Fuck me, I'm gonna make a Homestuck music video, aren't I? God damn it. Ha! I lied about the flute thing. Also happens here, dumbass. See? A flute. But yeah, this is the same amount of good as the previous one. Plenty of fun, and cute animations all around. Probably better than the flute, due to the Strider Flash rug pull. Forgot to say this last time, but I love the flower loading screens first off. Music is fucking mingin'. Love an Unbreakable Union. Then comes the animation, which is well done with the good puns and jokes, the end especially being good. Jade. First off, Doctor. Yeah, it's practically the Homestuck song. So many reference it, and also it's really fucking good. From the late great Buzinkai and Clark Powell. Anyway, the game. It's broken on Flashpoint, so everyone say thank you unofficial collection. Well, it's Lois. Not much going on here besides it being Lois. It's got the fighting stuff and collecting items. Actually using the inventory is cumbersome, but that's good. I will say it's pretty stupid to try looking for Trickster mode. It's definitely not as good as some walkarounds due to it just being John listening in on the consorts, and not a lot of good back and forth like the other walkarounds, just kinda boring. At least for my current mood. This is still interesting, but mostly eh. Hey, at least it's not the fucking Dancestors, we'll get to them soon enough. Don't know how, but Flashpoint broke a map. You scroll around, zoom in and out, and get 2 interactables with Terezi talking to John. It's fun, I guess. And the "this is me" is pretty good. Another music player featuring some really good songs, specifically Durst Dreamers by Jeremy Lemuri and Octoroon Rangoon by Toby Fox. The original had pure Bill Ballin, but was replaced after the incident. Personally, I like the new stuff more, but of course, I still love Bill Ballin's tracks. Great songs, but feel very Flash game if you get what I mean. This is what I consider to be the first real walkaround. So much fucking text, so much to explore. Let's get into it. First off, the music. All of Alternia Bound is great. All the themes, mwah, good shit. Each one befitting the character. And Horstrasta, that's not how you pronounce it, but of course is there. Vriska's theme is especially good. Oh yeah, also, Totaka's song, thanks Toby. Then comes the art, which I'm a bit mixed on. The walking sprites are good, and Slunk's work on the environment is godlike, as discussed earlier, but the talk sprites are a mixed bag. Karkat, Terezi, and Vriska are good. Fefri is there, Gamzee, Equius, Nepeta all have ones that work for them, but Solix, Kanaya, and Aridin are all, not bad, but the biggest issue in art is the fact that all the talk sprites were obviously done by different people. I think, maybe, I'm not fact-checking that. It's not bad, just directionless. But besides that, it's pretty good, all-around characterful. Oh yeah, the writing, 90% of this walkaround. It's good, it's really snappy, Homestuck's goodness. Full of character and shipping bait. Cool kids and Rosemary my beloved. It's also got good story stuff, and all the future flash forwards are really good. But most importantly, replaying something this dialogue heavy reminds me of something. I really fucking like this comic. I played this at 3 in the morning, and I was enraptured. Was it painful to stay awake? Yes! But the writing kept me hooked. I couldn't stop. Hussie really had something here. Just the right fucking thing. I honestly can't wait for more of these walkarounds, more dialogue between these characters. It's good, it's fun, I love it. Another stripe, similar to the other Jade stripe, except this one is cooler. First off, bangin' music, love it. Then more locations with more jokes, also good. And the zoom outs, where it zooms out farther and farther before getting to Dave, where it zooms in and you act in the reflection of his sunglasses, extremely cool. And it's probably like the best one, I think. At least interactively speaking. It uses its position as a game to do interesting things visually. A much shorter and tighter version of S Act 4. It being the walkaround sprites makes interacting a lot easier, made talking a lot easier, and everything just has a much better flow and design. Along with that, the music is a banger, the usual. There is a small battle section that does Act 4 again, but it's just a single strong enemy, which is cool. Trickster mode has a code, and is Dave. Wow, look at him. Really good sprite work, like legitimately. Also, this is right before John gets on his quest bed, which is a massive flash. This one is honestly just a small little joke before a big moment. Still pretty damn good.
Aridin is not that great, you need to shut up now.
Much shorter than both walkarounds, but still really good. Has some great stuff with Kanaya and Karkat. Solix is pretty good. Fefri is a character that exists. Then Aridin comes onto the scene. Great conversation between Karkat and Aridin happens. Then he argues with Solix and the woman. Then the duel happens, then Aridin does his hype moments in Aura by killing 2 people. But yeah, I really like this section a lot. Planting the seeds of Aridin not having a good support structure right before he completely goes off the deep end is really good writing. Along with that, good music all around. The sprite work during the duel is good except Fefri here. Don't know why, this is fucked specifically. This also might just be the middest Trickster mode so far, just a song with thrusting Solix. Could be better. But overall, this is a very strong walkaround, just from story and writing alone. Although, my Eridan bias might be peeking through, of course. Yeah, I've got to make that video eventually. I already made that video. Another short walk around, but very good nonetheless. Over the years, I've become far more partial to both Equius and Nepeta, seeing them as pretty good characters mainly because Equius both could be deeper and as fun, while Nepeta is pretty much purely fun with some smaller character stuff, at least for me. But yeah, this one is really good. Their conversation at the beginning, where it makes it seem like it's going to be fun, then transitions into the Blackest Heart section. It's really well done. Along with that, the Gamzee Equius conversation is really strong and shows why I love villainous Gamzee so much. But yeah, this is strong and firmly reminds me why Fefri is at the bottom of my favorite character troll list, especially with Gamzee doing his hype moments in Aura. Walk around with Grimdark Rose. For some reason, this game lags bad. Don't know why. No Trickster, and the sprite work here, especially Rose being angry, is very good. Black Rose Green Sun is really good and a perfect mood setter right before the Price of Oblivion and Jack being based. The conversation here, while slim, are well done. Any Rose John talking is always good in my book. And this shit especially being cute. Yes, I do like Grimdorks, could you tell? Well, I mean, every John ship works. While not amazing on its own, the build-up of this walk around into the next Flash is good enough that it's been stuck in my mind. A celebration of 2 years along with the beginning of the Scratch. Well, doesn't even come close to happening here, but will happen very shortly. Nothing to say here. Really good bait and switch of being a walk around, but besides that, it's too short to say much. But both of these lacking music is really good at setting a mood and atmosphere of what's to come. First off, the music Trickster Room being a canon place is such a cool reveal, and then the music on display here is really good. Troll Cops here being a laid-back radio show song, Havoc to be Wrought being a song that feels like some shit's about to go down hard, Rumble at the Rink being another fun song, Unlabeled is very melancholic, like the end of something. The solo piano with the static of the record works really well. Eric's Shield is so fucking good. Zram is really odd for some reason, but is really good. The mixing of sound fonts on the clean version being really good. A very fun and energetic track. I'm a member of the Midnight Crew as well, not from Homestuck, but is still very good. Eddie Morton was taken too soon, 67, just a fucking kid. Minor coded. Yeah, not very funny. Also, it doesn't start rhyming until Dirk comes into rapping. While I do like the Siladex stuff going on here, but it's honestly just boring in all honesty. Although I do like Android. Good song, Malcolm. Good job indeed. V2 is even better. Short little thing with a pretty good atmosphere. It being black, in which the light spills out of, is really good and adds a lot to the scene. The ending on the hussy bit, foreshadowed by the horses, I am serious, is really funny. Also, the music here is good. Good job, Alexander. Ah yes, the first of Misstuck, and real Alpha Kid dialogue. First off, Rain is amazing, great track aside from the mouth sounds. The atmosphere is great. The puzzles are a fun diversion from what these games normally are. Then the dialogue, it's fine. Early Alpha Kid stuff like this never interested me, and even after so long, still doesn't. These characters just become more interesting later on, and here it's like, fine. Jake's bit with the helmet is good, and Calliope is always fun, but it's still just okay. The only standout being all the non-character dialogue, which is really good, so yeah, kinda mid in the writing department. Berner's megalithic gamma schlong. I would like to retract my previous statement. I like how Dirk and autoresponder here are written a lot. Besides that, this is much shorter than the previous, only being a single conversation and a puzzle. The puzzle is pretty cool, but not much. The writing is still mostly but serviceable. Sorry, I'm putting off. I fucking love this song! Sheila and Bowman fucked hard on this track. It's so good. It's even more mysterious with a sense of sadness, of a place long forgotten. This Is Up Here is one of the best tracks both in and out of context. This song saves this game from being a forgettable middle piece into greatness. This song has been stuck with me since I played it. Fuck yes! Hell yeah, Gamesy is here to save us from mediocre conversations. This section is a lot of fun. The music, first off, is a very good choice. Then comes Gamesy's shenanigans, which is very fun. The bottles of troll blood that Gamesy is most certainly eating. It's overall not a deep or character-driven section, but is still pretty good. Also plenty of writing, as both the no and yes options have different dialogue, which I didn't read at all. Trust me when I say, it's good. A good Caliborn and Calliope section. Love Calliope, and I love Caliborn. Both excellent characters, and this chess section is particularly good. A very good back and forth with Calliope crashing out very eloquently. Strange thing about this section is the swapping Caliborn does. Weird how this isn't like anything except for this section. I do seriously believe something fucked up in Act 6. This just being the first noticeable thing. But yeah, ignoring that, great little back and forth between the two great characters. This fucking sucks ass. Okay, before I get negative, over the next 4 games, let's give out some positives. First off, the sprite work here is really good and charming. Everyone looks good. Both background and talk sprites are really good. The music is good. Fuchsia Ruler, Darling Dolorosa, Iron Infidel, and Elevator Stuck are all really good tracks. Gamer Girl is the worst thing Bowman has ever made. If you have examples of worse, please send them. Game Bro is bad, but in a fun way, but this is ear-gratingly bad. No problem with Tavia Mora, who did the vocals, but Bowman pitching her vocals up doesn't make this even close to good. I think this track represents these walkarounds as a whole. It's way too long for its own good. This took like 50 minutes to complete and I still didn't read everything, what the fuck? Obnoxious, poorly written, and worst of all, not fun. All these characters suck. Arania and Mina here are good because they're good characters, but all the others suck. Dolorosa is unfunny and blabs about nothing. Latula is DMC Dante to Terezi's DMC3 Dante, and Kankery is an unfunny SJW parody. It's just not clever or funny in any way. This is Hussey's worst writing. Like, at least Skynet Systems Archive is interestingly bad. This is just boringly bad. I'll get more into it in the later games, aka the next one, but none of this is good. It's all boring trite commentary that aged worse than Pfeffery's commentary. This is also bad, like seriously bad, but not as long as the previous, so not as bad. The music here is also good, with one bad song being Matuna's song, and Teal Seer being plagiarized. But besides that, normal compliments are due. Sprite work is good, Mina running makes this more bearable. That's where it ends. All the characters here are bad. Kurlaws doesn't talk and is my favorite design out of all of them, placing him high on the goodness scale. Matuna is mentally disabled in a 4-chainer, that's the joke, and that's it. Moylin is just boring to peta. Cronus is bad. However, Cronus is still the best because while he's an abusive asshole who sexually assaults people, he still has far more character than everyone else here. Everyone else is either a joke or a plot tool. He's still a 2-dimensional piece of cardboard, but like, he's cardboard when everyone else is paper thin. But that's all I can say about these guys. Shitty. I could probably rail Matuna a bit harder, but I don't care enough. Fuck 4chan, I guess? The stuff with Karkat and Terezi also feels shitty and out of character probably. Terezi also feels a little better, but not much. No, like seriously, why does Karkat still like the Empire and call before a soy boy cucks? Okay, not literally, but you know, basically that. Also, just because you lampshade the fact these are non-characters and are actually clever dialogues and flanderized versions of the main cast in fanfics doesn't make it better when they're still poorly written and uninteresting. At least the epilogues, lampshading itself, is still a well-written fucking book, you piece of shit, this sucks! It's over, and it's just kinda sad. This actually made me depressed. Like, eye bags heavy, body slumping, barely able to continue, kind of depressed. The music and sprite work is good as usual. The writing sucks and the characters are bland and uninteresting to the point where I didn't even care to read the characters I actually liked. It's just sad, you know, just an ultimate failure to get any real emotion out of me. Not even anger. The characters I liked were boring and uninteresting. At least here. Stuff introduced here gets interesting later. The new characters are so nothing that I can't be fucked to even list off what I hate. They're just nothing. This does feature the best joke in these 3 acts. Actually got a laugh out of me. Twice, in fact. Good job, Hussy. You made a good joke in a sea of dog shit. Well, I guess I should give parting words to these fucks. There is one positive thing about these 10 trolls. The porn is really good. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about this. It's actually pretty good. Instead of having to read multiple paragraphs of bullshit, you get these shitty characters in only a couple sentences, making it much more bearable. Overall, I do like this, along with the dialogue. Music is good, but yeah, if this is all we got of the Dancestors, I probably wouldn't hate them as much. They, here, have as much character as they do in the walkarounds. It's got good pacing and escalation, along with based god Caliborn coming in to bring the story back to something good. Thanks, Caliborn. Like, seriously, these characters are so much more enjoyable when you just give them 2 sentences to do their joke and then stop. I'm really glad I get to talk about Caliborn. He's probably my favorite character in the comic, along with being the reason I didn't drop it after the Dancestor break. Since I was like, oh, this is the rest of the comic. Then Caliborn comes in and is actually fun, funny, and deeper than a piss puddle in an alleyway. These flashes are also pretty funny too. It's not much, but this instantly endeared me to the villain of Homestuck. Instead of some world-destroying force or calculating mastermind, he's just a shithead, pure and simple. It just works, and these flashes are especially funny. Good job, Hussy, you brought it back. Let's see if you can keep up the momentum. You know, I'm just gonna let it play. Yeah, it's good. Like, really good. This entire stupid section is pure joy. After my suicidal ideation after the Dancestors, I feel so much happier and in better spirits. Kick Jake in the dick and make him go flying like the little prick he is. However, this isn't the important part. The important part is what comes right before. My personal pick for the best joke in Homestuck. I feel so Caucasian! Seriously, so fucking good and just out of nowhere. Hussy was killing it here, commentary and comedy-wise. Pull Roxy on stage. Also, this is for sure the best Trickster design. Really don't know what I'm supposed to say about this besides that. I actually mashed 1,111 times instead of holding it down. Yeah, this is great. I think the dialogue is good, maybe. I don't know, it's been a while. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. We'll never know until I do a reread, but for the time being, we'll never know. You probably thought I would miss when Hussy shoved 3 of his OCs into Namco High. Well, they were the director, so I have to include this. Also, Omocat is here. Didn't do anything with the Homestuck characters, but is for sure there and I wanted to bring it up. Also, I'm only talking about the Homestuck characters and none of the other bitches. First, Dave Sprite. This route was annoying at first with all the meta bullshit, but then I realized something. Dave Sprite here is like Flowey mixed with Sans. He knows that nothing matters, and is always commenting on like, oh, I know what's gonna happen, and I'm depressed about it, and then you come in and say like, no, you're gonna be fucking happy about it, and then he's like happy about it because he realizes that despite the loop, he can still enjoy himself. It's fucking good, man. It's fucking Sans, essentially. Anyway, Jane isn't as good, unfortunately. Just all around kind of boring, with the whole bit of Jane being a skeptic, not being very funny. Maybe it being more about the investigations could have been good, but here it's just eh. Not great, but also not unbearable. Overall, 5 out of 10. Yeah, this one's a good route. Terezi's jokes and general mannerisms are a lot funnier and overall allow for better pacing and characterization. Along with that, the arc of Kismesis and her constantly fucking with the cousin is really good. The ending of them making up and macking out is also very good. Honestly, from these three that I played, this is probably good, maybe. Well, whatever. Be yourself and be true. A short slideshow showing that Jade didn't die in a very dramatic fashion. Oh yeah, also Vriska's comeback, which I'm not entirely for, as it is in the comic. It's a fine reveal, but due to the plot very obviously changing, makes this reveal a lot worse, when it's just Vriska. But Caliborn's masterpiece comes right after, so I forgive it. Love that shit. Genuinely really cool, both visually and for the story. The short intro right before the credits of Homestuck. Very good full circle shit. Both having it be John's house and the wind chime Foley is really good. I do mostly like the credits. Don't like the Snapchat stuff after the credits, but the final thing showing John smashing his phone, showing that they are not bound by fate or Caliborn's masterpiece. While Caliborn is unable to grow up, they have. Overall, Homestuck's ending is something I've always been mixed on. It has good and bad. It has its missing and always should be there. The final shot of Homestuck being a rejection of the fate they should have is really good. I still think I mostly like this ending. And alright, here we are, melancholically at the end. Over 400 games played and over 400 games forgotten. Okay, maybe that's a bit too sad for the Homestuck Flash game video, but overall, I enjoyed working on this project, and it gave me a very nice view into a probably happier time for this fan base. But right now, we just have the dust, incomplete dust. A desert only half full that few remember ever even being full, and even those who do remember will never speak of it again. If you were in the fandom during 2009 to 2013, please contact me on social media, such as but not limited to Tumblr, Twitter, Blue Sky. I would love to learn and interview you. What the questions would be, I don't know, but do contact me if you remember this time at all. However, let's get into the juicy shit. Real numbers, genre numbers. Dress-up games appear 47 times. There are 88 Strife games, 32 walkarounds, 25 visual novels, 7 Spurb menus, which felt like 50 if we're going to be honest, 28 animation games, and 11 platformers. Overall, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with these numbers. They're just here, and I have them. Poorly organized. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, now let's see who has the most games under their belt. At number 5, we have Oddity Collector at 7, made up of mostly Mr. Tambourine Man. They edge out with their Jane game. Congrats. Weighing in, tied for 4th and 3rd, we have Abyssal Upwelling and Hutch A9346, both getting in with their MSPFAs of ROM Hack and Homebound respectively. A very nice showing of 8 each. In 2nd, we have fan favorite Audrey. I forgot they existed, I'm sorry Audrey. Coming in with 10 games over their long-running MSPFA of Hexane. Great job to our competitor. This is a competition now, by the way. However, our developer in 1st place, while they also have 10 games, they're on here for a special reason. They have 10 non-MSPFA games, which, not shitting on the previous dev, but using Homestuck's format is cheating. Not really, but I'm an asshole. So, our grand winner, not really a winner, just the most common along with Audrey, is Chibi Edo! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Yeah, I don't know what you want to do with any of this information, but there it is. Look at those numbers. Wow. Also, I got 2 interviews. One from Senria, and one from Alienoid. The first interview with Senria. Our questions are: what were your experiences during 2011 to 2013 Homestuck? I read a fanfic about bucket usage in school with a friend. There was a whole Homestuck group full of drama. I wasn't in it. And I think a lot of Homestuck groups just had drama in general, as everyone was very young. I had an Ask blog for Gamzee. It wasn't very good, but I had fun. I wasn't fully deeply in it. I think I couldn't understand it mostly, but I enjoyed the vibes. Why were you so into Homestuck specifically? Honestly, I just wanted more characters to obsessively ship initially, and I skipped to Act 5, but then went back to read from the start and enjoyed, and understood, it way more. It was a really fun read and a fun experience. I still crave to have a media that gave me those same feelings as I did when I read it. Music was amazing too. Why make a game about 4 chords specifically? I thought the art and concept was so cool, and at the time, I think I wanted the main artist to notice me. I didn't even like the main ships at the time. I just really liked the art. What inspired you to do art in the first place? Why not? What fandoms did you see crossing over with the Homestuck fandom during that time? I think I liked people's original concepts and ideas for the characters more than the fandom crossover, unless it's a fandom crossover that makes other characters into Homestuck characters. I love those, but I don't remember a thing. Do you look back on those days with fondness? Mixed feelings. What are your thoughts on modern fanbases and modern fandom in general? I'm unfortunately not aware of them. Sob. What was the dumbest controversy during that time? I don't remember much controversies. I didn't really pay attention. Sob. The next person I interviewed was Alienoid. These are the questions. What were your experiences during 2013 to 2016 Homestuck, and how did they change over those years? I spent a lot of time on MSPARP, the Homestuck role-playing website, back in the day, along with binging Octopimp comic dubs and making fan sessions with my friends. I'd calmed down with the latter two by the time we got to 2016, but I still enjoyed role-playing a whole bunch. I don't think my opinions really changed solidly in this specified time range. Why were you into Homestuck specifically? I was into Homestuck because I thought the characters were neat. The comic had a neat sense of humor, and its characterization was so incredibly strong. The thought of different characters having full-on different typing styles was so mind-blowing to younger me. What inspired you to do art and writing in the first place? I've been drawing for as long as I can remember. Both my parents are artists with their own different mediums, so I was pretty much always primed and ready to do art. As for writing, it was mostly MSPARP that got me into writing in general, if I'm not mistaken. What fandoms did you see crossing over with the Homestuck fandom during this time? Super Holock didn't so much cross over with Homestuck, so much as be the older sibling in the house with us. I don't remember a lot of explicit fandom crossover myself in those early years, but maybe those were just the circles I was trawling around in. It was probably Hetelia. There was Fandom Stuck, where we made Homestuckified sonas for other fandoms, but that's the best I can recall. Do you look back on those days with fondness? I do. Update culture in general was very exciting when the comic was still updating, especially when you had that one account that somehow always knew in advance when an update was about to drop. What are your thoughts on the modern fandom and modern fandom in general? There are some people that have done some incredible things in the fandom. As a whole, though, I wouldn't say I like to get involved on a personal level. There's a lot of noise in there. That isn't to say early fandom was all sunshine and rainbows, though. People sure loved getting incredibly worked up over things that were literally wrong. Every time I see someone write a troll saying GOG or Gigas, I melt a little inside. What was the dumbest controversy during that time? Why did that one cosplayer take a Sharpie bath to dye their skin gray? I then asked an additional question. This is kind of a loaded question, but do you feel like there's been a vibe shift in fandom, like in the way people act or interact, either with the thing they're a fan of or the rest of the fan base? I wouldn't say it's been an upgrade or a downgrade when it comes to fandom. It's just a little to the left, if that makes sense. Cool people continue to do cool things, and weird people continue to do weird things. Some weird people grow up and become cool, and some cool people grow up and become weird. It's hard to define fandom as a whole with one average description because a whole bunch of things cancel each other out if you try to make an equation out of all of it. But that's just my take. You're bound to get a much different answer depending on who you talk to. I respond, I think that's what I've been looking for. The final part of my script keeps getting rewritten, basically because my brain keeps coming back to essentially that. Let's conclude this video. Anyway, what's the fucking point of this? Why go through all the trouble of playing every game here when it doesn't even seem like you have a point? Well, kinda. When it came to doing main Homestuck stuff again, I wanted to see how well it held up and if it was good, since I still need to do my real reread with Something Awful forums and the book commentary and the question and the Q&A and the Tumblr and yada 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 yada. However, playing these bits reminded me of something. I fucking love this comic. I love it. It's charming, it's funny, it's deep, it's got so much going on. It's just so good. So, after that, you might ask why I do all the fan games. What's the point of that? Well, I got to see people happy. Creating what they wanted to create, not really held down by anything at all. Seeing unbridled happiness, creativity, and a want to make is something I love to see. But there's been a change in the air. I don't know what, but the vibes have shifted in fandom. I really can't pin it down, and fandom has always sucked ass. But it feels like something is off. Something that used to only happen a little happens a lot now. Maybe it has to do with constant call-out posts that achieve nothing but stroking OP's ego. Like, this kind of thing has always existed, but due to how easy it is to no-life the internet and how algorithms incentivize this kind of culture, people will also try and act like the internet is less cruel, while continuing to try and make any autistic person their lolcow bitch, while trying to act like they're doing some type of community service, which the Homestuck fandom has done many, many times. Like, social media killed fandom. Everyone was in their own bubbles. Forums. Then, when forums died, everyone in those bubbles merged and it sucked. Then 2020 happened and people who don't even give a fuck then joined in, which made it even more of a clusterfuck. None of this matters anyway. People take this shit way too seriously, including me. So, what does any of that have to do with this video? I don't know. Well, I think I know, but I don't. This shit is hard to fact check. Asking people from back in the day depends on where they primarily were, and because modern social media search engines suck, it's hard to look back even a few months ago. So, most of this is vibes-based, and what I've personally seen. So, what I'm primarily trying to get at is that you gotta stop giving a shit. Stop caring what people say, and just make whatever you feel like. Who gives a fuck? Make art. Make disgusting art. Fuck it, I'm in full support of the Vor guys. Yes, I know that I'm getting hung up on what people think, but this video is trying to get past that. That's why this rant is here at the end. That's why my Act Omega rant happened. I'm trying to move past this feeling of cringe, this feeling that I have to fit into the fandom space, that if I don't act perfectly, I can't create, I can't be. But I know that's not true. I can't fit in. This is my backlogged top 5. I'll never fit in, so I won't. Like these games, I'll do what I want because I can. Will it suck? Probably. But that's fine, because these forgotten memories have given me something every modern fandom hasn't. A desire to create. Whew, yeah, we're done. It's pretty cool that we're over, you know? It's been like 4, 5, maybe 6 months since I started this project. It's been a bit. I was originally, during that last section, going to talk about how, like, black people and other not white people are treated in fandoms, but since you can probably hear my voice and can assume that I'm, you know, not black, that I can't really comment upon that much. If some people answered their fucking DMs, I'd be able to add that section in, but I'm gonna go into the assumption that it's probably not good. Besides that, next video's gonna make a Homestuck world building video, then probably a Deltarune theory video, and then probably a FNAF story analysis and how much it sucks. Then probably some Homestuck analysis, and then I'm gonna keep doing stuff. Eventually I'll learn how to do Blender. That's definitely on the list I need to do. That's really important, actually. But yeah, that's kind of it. We're kind of done now, you know? Been like half a year working on this fucking project. Jesus Christ. Well, whatever. Like, subscribe, and share the video around. I don't really give a fuck, but yeah. So see you later. Cool.
Alright, questions for guys, part 1. Do you like tall girls or short girls?
Men.